you 1,001 processes by which we could generate funds to buy chalk and continue the lesson. That is the way we want you to look at yourself. Don't just be a passive teacher. Be a dynamic teacher. Be a change maker. Be an innovator. Be that particular person with the curiosity to bring out the best in all your students. My dear participants of today, like I said, my boss, the iconic woman who is bringing about changes in Teacher Registration Council, I can tell you authoritatively that the era of us at TRCN, taking teachers for granted, allowing your certificate and license to be delayed is over. She brought with her Dr. Shoyombo, that zeal, that woman effect. And the first thing she did when she resumed about 2 weeks ago was to ensure that we digitalize our processes. So when you go online, you will see TRCN. You can do whatever you want to do at the comfort of your house. You don't need to go to all our offices before you get registered. Please, you can go to trcnnigeria.gov.ng and try to see whether it's real or I'm just lying. Now, on a final note, my dear participant, if you go outside the shore of Nigeria, if you go to Finland, the best students in their high school are called into our profession. If you go to Germany, the highest paid civil servants are the teachers. If you go to Korea, you cannot arrest any teacher for any offense without getting a proper permission from the government of that country. And if you go to France, my dear participant, the highest court in France will always reserve the first row for teachers. And if you go to Namibia in Africa here, and you have your tag dangling on your neck, take it or leave it. If you are boarding a commercial bus, all the passengers in that commercial bus will stand for you to sit. And in Nigeria, nobody will blow our trumpet for us. This is the era of change. All of us, we must make sure that we change our mindset. Our profession is not cheap. How can somebody call you to come and take on a teaching job and is offering you 20,000, 30,000? That era is gone. We need to change the narrative. You are the foot soldier. Go ahead and win. Thank you and God bless everyone.
Thank you so much. Well, that was well said. I know most of the teachers here like what he just said. Okay. Yes. And I want to concur to what he said. Yeah, we should actually restructure the rules in Nigeria to really favor teachers. We should look into that. That's good. Fine. Let me say we have a representative from the SA to the Vice President, representing Dr. Marsha, Mrs. Nafia Abdullahi. Yeah, that's the name. No, I just mentioned. So thank you for coming. Yeah, because she's here, so we need a voice to speak for the teachers in the State House. She's here, all right? So you're here, and I'm sure you have listened and you've heard what we talked about teachers. We need teachers to be honored in this nation. Yeah, just like the man said, we need teachers to get to a place and you don't need to ask and then be asking for your salary to be paid. Yesterday, was reading about a story of somebody who earns about 250,000 naira. And it's so appalling, 250,000 naira. Now he's saying somebody earns 30,000 naira. I don't know what you can do with that in a week in Nigeria. All right? So I know we have a long way to go, but Nigeria is getting better. So let us welcome also Mr. Shimashimin Moses. All right, let's put our hand together. He's the principal, GSS Karu, and secretary, All Nigerian Confederation of Principals of Secondary Schools, FCT branch. You're welcome, sir. Thank you so much. So right now we're going to speak to the speaker. We have two speakers here with us. The first is Dr. Addison Kolawole Osei. He's going to speak to us, and each of the speakers has 10 minutes. So please, can we put our hands together as Dr. Kola comes on? Let's put our hands together for Dr. Addison Kolawole Osei.
Thank you very much, Mr. MC. Good morning, I presume, to all of you in the house. Let me beg to stand on the protocol that has been already established. And I'm very, very glad to be here to talk to my colleagues and sympathizers of my colleagues on this very auspicious event of the Phenomenon 3.0, organized by the convener, Mr. Obeifa Olasukomi, a man that I have come to respect because of what he's doing in the educational landscape. Before I delve into the topic which I've been asked to talk on, I would like to first of all clear a very big misconception which teachers themselves indulge in. The profession of teaching is a very noble one. That is the reason why they say the reward of a teacher is in heaven. Now, many of us, unfortunately even teachers, do not even understand what that saying is. It's like you do something for me, I say, God bless you. It is because there is nothing on earth here that I will give to you that will be able to pay you for what you have done. But when we teachers are under the impression that that saying means that we'll get to heaven first before we collect our reward, you are the one that has put yourself in a disadvantaged position. That is the reason why in Nigeria, you are not being paid like teachers in Korea. What that thing means is that even when they pay you $2,000 here on net on a monthly basis, it's not still enough. You should still expect a reward in heaven. That's the meaning. So better start sending this message across to those who are involved, those in government offices, that is what that saying means. That no matter the amount you pay a teacher here on earth, it is still not enough. God will still have to reward that teacher. Having cleared that misunderstanding, it is my pleasure to talk on the topic for today, which is the mindset of an entrepreneurial thinking teacher. I do not understand my slides. Is somebody working on my slides? Opeifa, I gave you the slides. Did you give it to them? They are still working on it. While they are working on it, let me start by saying that I'm very impressed at those who have spoken before. Opeifa himself had laid the foundation on what we are going to be talking about. And what we all need to have right here is the mindset, the right mindset for us to understand. And when we eventually leave this place, we will become changed people if we have not understood what the profession is all about in this 21st century. Now, the whole world of education is changing really, really fast. Very, very, very fast. And that traditional picture of a teacher standing in front of the class and passing information, delivering facts to the students is long, long, long gone. Unfortunately, I still see it happening in present day time in our schools. So those teachers that are here, please understand that you are living in the past. That same past that Okpefak talked about. Everything seems to be evolving quite dynamically right now. And teachers are getting motivated, they are innovating to suit into this new complex way of teaching or educating our children because of the fact that we are training them to go into a future that, as we speak to you, is quite unpredictable. So if the world out there is unpredictable, we need, as a matter of urgency, to train our children in such a way that they are able to meet with the future challenges. Now, this topic is a direct response to the fact that there's a need for us as teachers to see teaching as a tool or a way of transforming our students. A child comes into your class, it's expected that by the time the child is leaving, after each topic that you have taught, that child will have a behavioral change in them. The child should transform. So anytime you are finished teaching in the class and you have not noticed any transformation in that child, you have not done what you are supposed to do. So teachers, what you need to do is, like the last speaker said, you need to constantly innovate. You need to change the ways that you are doing things. You need to innovate the way you teach and how the students and where the students should learn. It is very, very important where a child should learn and how the child should learn. It's part of what you should be thinking of every time you are about to engage students in the class. Now, this topic, for some people, somebody was asking me, say, when they saw the topic, he said, are you saying that we should leave a classroom and go and start running businesses? No, that's not what this topic. In fact, there are two perspectives as far as I'm concerned. I'm wondering whether 10 minutes will be enough to dissect this topic. Now, because you are talking about the mindset of an entrepreneurial thinking teacher, it is important for us to understand what is even this mindset. I'm still not seeing my slides. Now, there are two types of mindset. You have the fixed mindset and you have the growth mindset. Now, those people who have fixed mindset, they are like that flea inside that jar. They believe that their qualities are innate, that they cannot change it. That if you have not been given a particular gift of speaking, for example, you cannot cultivate the art of speaking. So they just believe that the way God has created them, that is how they are supposed to be. A fixed mindset person does not want to have challenges at all. When you bring challenge before that person, the person will run away. In fact, because they do not like challenges, the reason why they don't like it is possibly because they hate to fail. They see failure as the downfall of a particular person. You know, there are some people, when something happens to them and they happen to fail, you see shame all over them. That is somebody with a fixed mindset. Somebody with a fixed mindset does not appreciate when you give them feedback. They don't appreciate it at all. You will see them even in your school. A teacher is not doing well. You say, you should have done it like this. We just ignore you completely. In fact, they will think that you are even confronting them. Then somebody with a fixed mindset also feels threatened when others are succeeding. You also find it in your school. You see your fellow teacher is doing well, and all of a sudden you are threatened by that person. The space is wide enough. You have a niche for yourself. Everybody can be successful in whatever field they want to be. And again, those who have fixed mindset, they resist change. In the school, a new principal comes, and is trying to change things. He doesn't like the way things have been going before. Haven't done serious thinking, haven't done serious research. But no, because in the last 5 years, 10 years, these are things have been done. You don't want to change at all. And so while the wheel of progress is going this way, you have done a reverse and you are going back. As if it was because of you that Fela sang, "Now reverse the country till they go now." Then again, let us look at those with growth mindsets. By the time I finish, you will tell me which one you belong to. Those who have growth mindset, they embrace challenges. As you are bringing a challenge, you are ready to chest it. You know what they call it? Say, we chest them. They will chest it because they see challenges as opportunity to grow. Because anytime challenge comes and you are able to surmount that challenge, you are growing. You don't remain where you are. A growth mindset person is very persistent. He perseveres. You might be doing something and you're not getting the fruits right now. That is not to say you should quit. Because each time you fall, you rise. If you fall, keep rising. There is a time that spirit that is following you down will leave you alone. And you continue to rise and continue to make. So you need to be very persistent. A growth mindset person learns from their failure. Anytime they fail, they see it. This is an opportunity for me to learn something new. Because when you fail, you don't just relax in your failure. You try to find out, why did you fail? Is it about Edison? They said the man that did the light bulb. Is it not him? They say how many times? Is it 99 times? 99 times. If by the time he did it up to the 10th time, he now said, this work don't get as it be. So make I just relax. Today, would this place would have been eliminated? No. So somebody who has a growth mindset does that. And they are inspired when people are successful. You say a successful person, they are very happy because they want to go and find out from that person, how come you became so successful? That is where mentorship comes. You need to learn and copy from somebody who is successful. But, of course, you know the right person and they like to do like that. So somebody who has a growth mindset loves to see people successful because to them, it is very inspiring. Then they are also very, very adaptable. Oga was talking about you were teaching in the classroom and chalk can't finish. Yeah, we don't use chalk again in the FCT. I don't know those that are in, I'm not trying to be rude here, those that are streaming from other states, if they are using chalk. But in the FCT, we use whiteboard markers. And when the ink inside the whiteboard marker is finished while you are in class, do you abandon the class? There are so many other things you can do. It is possible there's still ink inside that marker. But because of the weather conditions around, the tip of the marker has become dry. An innovative teacher will just get razor blade and scrape the hard part, and it will start flowing again. So these are the kind of things we are talking about. That is how somebody with a right focus, growth mindset acts as a teacher. And they believe in development. You are here because you like development. Is it not true? Today I saw when I came, certificates were being handed over to so many of you for being black belters. 3 years ago, I heard about these 1 million teachers from my school. Then I was the principal of government secondary school, a teacher in the school. Very, very high in this growth mindset. Introduce this to the teachers and say, come and join. Do this and that. Me, British Council. One of the reasons why they say we should not be blowing our trumpet. Me, I love blowing my trumpet. Because the saying is that if you don't blow it, somebody else will trample on it. I worked with British Council severally, and all the things we are learning now, long time ago, British Council have been exposing us to it. But our eyes were not open wide to understand what it is. And by the way, because of that, I had the opportunity of having 3 international travels to the United Kingdom, and it was all paid by British Council. So it opened my eyes, and the horizon became broader. Now, that is the life of the man with a fixed mindset and the one with a growth mindset. I want to ask you the question now. Which one do you belong to? If you belong to the fixed mindset, say I. If you belong to the group of those with growth mindset, say nay. I hope that today that the nays have it, when you leave this place, The names, we always have it in every single school in not only the Federal Capital Territory, but the nation at large. Put your hands together for yourselves. Now, let me backtrack and come back to the teacher. Now, that concept is borrowed from entrepreneurship education. In fact, there is a wind of change that is blowing right now in the FCT. I do not know if other states have started copying it. Now, in the FCT, it started by Secondary Education Board. A group of teachers traveled to the United Kingdom, to Brunel University, and went to do a training on entrepreneurship education in secondary schools. Because we felt that the reason why Nigeria is where Nigeria is today and why all these other countries are developing faster than we are developing is because of the entrepreneurial skills that we have abandoned a long time ago. Now, we have been doing trade subjects, is it not so? So we have been teaching children skills. But teaching them skills is not enough. They have to convert these skills to business and start making money. That's the only way the GDP of this country will grow. If every single entrepreneur, every single child in secondary school have already started doing business, learning how to do business, they are doing business, we will not be talking about unemployment because we will now have so many entrepreneurs employing so many people, and unemployment will be a thing of the past. But let us come back to what we are looking at, the mindset of an entrepreneurial teacher. Now, for you to have the mindset of an entrepreneur as a teacher, then you have to first of all know who or what are the traits of an entrepreneur. We'll bring it to the class. Who is an entrepreneur? An entrepreneur is an innovating thinker. He looks at the society and sees a problem and comes to innovate and think out a solution to solving that problem. And once that problem is being solved, people key into it. That is how they start making money. So an entrepreneur is also a problem solver. I know every entrepreneur, even when they come up with products, it is not immediately when they come with the product to the market that they'll start making money. Sometimes they face challenges from the customers. What do? Do they go back and fold the company? No. They become very resilient. They hold it just like a stockbroker holding the forest trade, waiting for it to take a dip or take an upturn. That is how it happens. And so an entrepreneur is a resilient person. They only know how to bounce back from setbacks and adapt and to face any challenge. An entrepreneur is a visionary leader. Because for you to have people on your team, you need to have a mission, there has to be a vision, you are the one that is leading, and so every other person follows. So you have to be like that. Then again, you find out that they have a very strong work ethic. Now, when you come to school, you will find that some people are coming to school 8 a.m., some have come 7:30, others are coming by 8, some will come by 9. Is that, those coming by 9 or 8:30, is that a good work ethic? It is not. But an entrepreneur, because for them to succeed in business, they are very disciplined. They come very early to work. Their stations is well manned. The managerial capabilities and everything, they are doing it the way it ought to be done. In fact, they map out all these things and ensure that they follow everything that has been arranged by the books and even by experience to ensure that they succeed in the business they are running. That is the kind of work ethic that they have. That is an entrepreneur. And an entrepreneur continuously learns. Because the market there is highly competitive. Don't just come up with a product and sit down. You have to start thinking, this product I've come up with, what if there's going to be a challenge tomorrow? Will I survive? What are the likely things we're going to face? How do we innovate and improve on this product? They are constantly learning and thinking. And how do they do that? Sometimes they do collaboration, networking. They talk to people who are outside. They have entrepreneurs amongst them who give them advice. And so that is, and another thing is that they are good financial managers. Now, these are some of the traits, because they say I have 10 minutes, these are some of the traits of an entrepreneur. Now, just imagine that these traits of an entrepreneur do not have a teacher in the class that has all of this. You remember all the traits I mentioned now? Just imagine that a teacher has all of this. Innovative thinking. How can a teacher be an innovative thinker? A teacher can become an innovative thinker if that teacher stays updated on best teaching practices, especially in pedagogy. You need to understand how the trend is moving. That is how you can be innovative. You need to learn how to take risks too. You'll be asking me, what kind of risk are you going to be taking? You come to a school. There's a particular way. You teach English, for example. There's a particular way that the English teachers in this school teach their children. You should be able to come up with a new theory, a new pedagogical style that you use. By the time you are doing that, for the period you are doing it, it's a risk you are taking. Because if it fails, they will ask you, why did you use that style? But if it succeeds, everybody applauds you and they will say, everybody be doing it this way. That is risk-taking. You need to be explorative. You need to try to go into the unknown. Do things. Otherwise, today, the different pedagogical styles that you can see available to you even on the internet, it is people who started it. And when they started it, it was risks that they were taking. And today, it's paying off. Then, as a child, you need to be resilient. You need to come up with strategies that you can use to cope with these children. Many of the children sometimes in the classroom, they'll not be here. Not be here. There's strong past winch. I'm telling you. So you, as a teacher, is it because you now see this type of, do you now start? Because I see so many teachers, they're afraid of some children. They say this one case don't too spoil. No. You have to come up with strategies to cope with all these different problems that you will see in the classroom. And by doing so, you will come up with new technologies or handle these problems. Now, of course, you need to also be resilient, like the entrepreneur. You need to hold your own. You understand? Then you need to be a visionary leader too, like the entrepreneur. How can you become a visionary leader, for example, as a teacher? Do you know there are some teachers who are better than others, either in communication skills or in the way they deploy technology, in the learning process, and the rest of it. Now, you too can, if you have those traits, you can become a leader in that area. In your school, if you have the ability, the capability, the expertise in using technology to teach in the classroom, what do? You just form a small club in the school and tell other teachers who are not used to it, say, come by so time so that I will teach you how to say, what are you now? A leader. You are a leader. And because you have seen what you are going to do, just like Phenomenon 1.0, when they started, they had a vision of where they were going to. And as Opefa mentioned today, by this morning, they have gotten 10,000 black belters. That's a vision. So it's a plan. You too, as a teacher, you need to have a vision as a leader. So you can be a leader by teaching your other colleagues the art of using technology to teach. Or it can be public speaking, or even in creating assessments, or in the ability to use AI tools in the classroom to solve all your problems. They say they say my time is up. So, as a teacher, you need to know how to be adaptable. Just like when the chalk is finished, you should know what to do next. You should have passion because it's what you love. And treat your students in the classroom as if they are customers. What do you do to a customer? Do you shout at a customer that is coming to buy something for you? If a customer is complaining about, like this dress, please help me check. Is this dress well sewn? Is it fine? I will tell the tailor that made it. I've just gotten the feedback. So, if you are a customer, you are a producer, you're an entrepreneur, you don't shout at your customers. You listen to your customers' feedback, is it not so? So you should listen to your students' feedback and now tailor your teaching to suit how they will learn. And I haven't said all of this, you now see the other part that you want to hear of is how you as a teacher can have a side hustle and make money. Is it not so? That's why many of you came here. But I'll tell you that the civil service rule says that you cannot own a business and be a director of that business if you are a full-fledged civil servant. But the good news is they say you can do that when you are a farmer. But again, they also say that you can engage in other businesses, but you don't have to be a director in that business. You don't have to spend all your time in that business. And so there are so many ways through which you as a teacher can earn money. We have things like online courses. Things you do every day in the classroom. You are teaching. Why don't you record yourself and sell? Teachers amongst you, they don't know so many styles. Give them a tutorial and they pay you for it. Right now, I do not, like now as I'm speaking now, they're going to pay me for it. I don't do anything free of charge. I am an entrepreneur. I use the gift that I have, the talents I have, the school I went to, the training I've gotten all these years to now make money. As I'm talking now, I'm very sure they will call me in Adoki to come and speak tomorrow. Because I'm being streamed live. Sell yourselves. There are so many other things you can do. Even on the internet, I have bought shoes, I've bought clothes just from the status of a particular teacher. It's not buying anything. Collect from this person, put on for status, add 5 naira on top, say, come and buy. I buy, you don't make profit. Without affect of teaching in the class, no. Then even when you can, I have partnered with 3 people right now. I have a student that graduated from my school some years back. The father sells goats and the rest. On my status now, if you check it, you will see goats and rams for sale. I just gave him 1 million naira. Okay, be trading it every day, every month, they give me 50,000. And I'm helping him, and I'm making money. I sell ice blocks. I'm not the one there. Somebody is doing every month, gives me money. So you don't need to be there. You just have to partner with somebody, and the business will keep going. I do not want to take too much of your time, but it has been a very wonderful pleasure. So many things I would have said, but they say time don't finish. But I want to give you 2 gifts, just 2 gifts. The first one I'm going to give to you. Somebody came into my office yesterday when I was trying to put this paper together, and she came to sell a product. When I finished talking with this person, the person was buying things from me. What did she buy? I told her, right now, we're in the world of AI. You don't need to suffer as a teacher to deliver your lessons. You don't need to suffer to have latest pedagogical styles. You need just this your phone that you're always putting data, you're browsing WhatsApp, you're doing Facebook, this, that. Use it for what you are being paid to do. Your life will become very, very easy. I'll tell you, have you ever heard of Notebook LM? For those of you who have not known about Notebook LM, just pick the topic that you're treating. You know, of course, like in my school, we have e-notes. Pick that summary note, drop it in Notebook LM, and generate it, and 2 AIs will dissect that topic for you. If you have never understood that topic before, you will understand better. Even the students, let them take that note and put in Note LM, and they will understand even better than the way you are teaching them. Finally, don't let anybody tell you this business is a scam. This one is a scam. You, on your own, go and find out by yourself. Try and find out from the right person so that you don't get duped. On this note, I will tell you that forex trading is real. Put your money in it, but be very careful.
All right, let's put our hands together for Dr. Kolawole Ose. Thank you so much. Well, notable thing he said, yes, that teachers should treat students as customers. So your teachers are customers, and then meaning that you should be customer-centric, in talking to them. Thank you so much for that instructive note. So we're going to go on to our second speaker. That is, we're having Miss Grace Amoka. Let's put a hand together for Miss Grace Amoka. And please, 15 minutes. All right, so, I think it's on. Okay, please, can we play her profile? Do we have it? Please, can we just play? So let's put a hand together for Miss Grace Amoka once again. Can we have the profile played, please? Media, please. Do we have it? Okay, so we'll do it after her.
Thank you very much, and good morning, everyone. Teachers. Good morning, teachers. Thank you very much for this opportunity, Mr. Olasukomi. One of the advantages that I have over everybody that is going to stand here is I am a teacher. Like, I'm actively a teacher in a classroom. So if you listen to the other speakers, you listen to me twice. Because everything I'm going to be sharing with you are things I have done. So I'm not giving you ChatGPT. I'm not giving you theory. I'm giving you things that you can do from this moment. So as I speak, I want you to do something for me. If you're writing, have your book in 3 parts. The first part is, what do you want to start doing? I mean, you're not going to hear everything I'm going to say today, but you're going to hear just one thing. What are you going to start doing? What are you going to stop doing? And then what are you going to continue doing? Because it's going to be a waste of my time and your time to be here and listen to all these fantastic keynote addresses, and you go back to business as usual. You're going to look back by the time you're 65, and you're going to have mighty regrets. But I know those people are not in this room today. So my topic today is from educator to edupreneur. And I'm really glad about the foundation that has been laid about who the resilient educator is. The first thing that I want to, my slides, please put up my slides. So the first thing I want to share with you, okay, we'll just go on. So I got an information from a number of salary, people that put together salary data. And it gives an average of the income of Nigerians. And I'm happy to announce to you that you are not alone. So if you're here feeling like, oh, if only the government increases our salaries, things will be better, put up your hand if you're thinking that way. If the government increases our salaries, will things be better? No. Yeah, so it's much more than that. Move to the next one. Okay. So the average salary of 80% of Nigerians is between 148,000 to 563,000. Okay. So here we have it. So we have 80% of people earning this. Move to the next one. Let me even show you the most shocking one. So for you to be in the 1%, this kind, you are a baller. You have a lot of money. The top 1% of Nigerians, you have to be earning 4 million. That's just 1% of people. 10%, this kind, you've made it in life. You're among Nigeria's 10% top people. You're earning just 870,000 naira. As in this kind, you are doing well. Your village people are hailing you. When you go in December, you're like, Odogu Parara is around. You're earning just 870. And then we have the middle 40%, which is where quite a number of people fall. You're earning just 360,000 naira. And if you're in present day Nigeria, you know that, I don't know about you, but I don't know what 360,000 is going to do for you. So whether you decide to stay in the teaching profession or you want to move out, you don't have a choice. But think about business. Whether you want to continue in the classroom or you want to leave the classroom, because your solution is not leaving the classroom. It is the same person you are in your class that you're going to be when you move out. So I tell my teachers all the time, what you're doing every day when you show up late to work, when they say submit lesson notes and you think they are witch hunting you, that person you are building a muscle in being an incompetent person first before you're an incompetent teacher. So when you wake up in the morning and ask yourself, how do I want to show up today? Who do I want to show up as? Even if we send you to Shell, is your bad character they're going to use to kick you out? Yeah? So having established this, whether you're staying in the classroom, you're moving out of the classroom, you're doing other things by the side, you need to be an entrepreneur in your thinking. And I'm going to help us to explore certain things we can start to do from today. So let's move to the slide that has a quote. Fantastic. Let's read this together, everybody. You're not targeted or victimized. The system is broken for everyone. If you don't rise, you'll sink with it. It's not time for self-pity. It's time for self-leadership. So Nigeria is not against you. It's against all of us. And all of us are the Nigerians because we are the ones that will not queue up for things. You are excited because your brother works in the passport office, so you will not follow protocol. So when it serves us, we say it's favor. It surrounds you as a shield. But when it doesn't serve you, you think Nigeria is the problem. So this is just telling us that everybody, in every profession, nobody is paid enough. We have our peculiarities, yes, but we need to rise from that self-pity. The teachers here are not the people to be pitied, to self-leadership. So what does that look like, and what are the opportunities that exist? The first one is the global e-learning market will hit $1 trillion. The money is even heavy in my mouth. $1 trillion by 2032. Like our previous speakers have said, you already have the skills. What you need to do is build the systems and structures for you to thrive. So that can look like creating digital courses, webinars, one-on-one coaching. And like I said, these are things that I've done and I keep doing. How many of you think I speak well? You think I speak well? Put up your hand. Don't be shy. Yeah. So while my school is paying me, the money, every weekend or most weekends, I stand in front of an audience like this and I MC events. And what they pay me on one day is we pay my salary for a month and the salary of maybe 2 other people. And every day you are sweating. You come to the class, you are shouting at your students, you are talking, but you're not doing anything with it. So there are tons of opportunities for us. And I want you to just pick one at the end of this talk. Don't go back and you are the same person. Don't go back and you are saying Nigeria. Nigeria is not going to change in any significant way. Let me just tell you. If you like, go to your religious houses and pray. What will happen is you will be the one to change, and your perspective to things. Where people see challenges, you start to see opportunities. Those are the kinds of people that are in this room today. So that's the first opportunity I want to talk about. The second reality we have, the next slide. The second reality is the rise of micro schools and alternative education. So when we say things like, oh, the curriculum, all I hear is opportunity, opportunity, opportunity. I recently started an online school for public speaking. Online. I don't leave my house. 1 hour I spend with a group of students, and parents pay me. Because what I'm telling them is, I'm telling them that every serious organization, when they want to hire your child, they're asking for a key skill. And we say it's a lot in school. What are the 4 C's of 21st century learners? Collaboration, critical thinking, communication, and creativity. So communication is fundamental, whatever your child wants to be. So when I give them invoice, they will be happy to pay me. And it's an online school, so there's a rise for alternative education that you can leverage on. Yeah? So think about skills-based programs that you can put together for parents, and they will pay you for it. The next one is teachers are becoming global brands. Mr. Opeifa, where are you? And we have quite a number of them here. And if Mr. Opeifa says he's doing an event, that's why he can gather this kind of crowd. Go on What's Up and announce your event. How many people will come? How many? 7 people. You're even lucky. Maybe 5 of them will be your family members. Yeah. And the remaining 2, they're just like, let's go and support her. You need a personal brand. The school you're currently teaching today, no matter how much they love you, no matter how much they increase your salary, you will leave one day. When you leave, what becomes of you? No matter the organization you're working in, whatever the organization is, you're going to leave one day. What becomes of you? So you need to focus on building a personal brand. This is not the time you start to say, I don't really like social media. Do you like poverty? You like it? Yeah? So building a personal brand is compulsory for you. And you can start small. Rather than all those things you post on WhatsApp that does not help anybody. Post things that people can see your fantastic brain. Every day you are putting your brain to work and delivering fantastic lessons to your students. Let us see it. You can post memes though, but there's more to you than that. Let people start to see it. LinkedIn is people are cashing out every day on LinkedIn. You are not even there. You don't even have an account. If you've ever hired anybody, how many HR people do we have, or school owners? I think school owners are here. What are one of the first things you do when you want to hire someone? You get their CVs. What do you do? Pardon? You interview them. Before you interview them, do you do any search about them? Did you hear? And they are no different. Any organization hiring you, when you hear the name Grace Amoka, many of you, as you are leaving this place, you're doing, who is this girl, this small-looking girl? They will search for you online. What are they going to find? So what perception are you building in the digital space? When you're able to do that, you're able to charge better. So even if it's private tutoring you want to do, you're not going to be collecting what other teachers are collecting because you have a personal brand that works for you. The next is, our dad has talked about AI revolution and how it's changing things. Are you a passive participant? ChatGPT has become your counselor. Hi, ChatGPT. My husband provoked me today. What should I do? That's how you are using ChatGPT. Other people are creating. ChatGPT is your best friend. There's nothing wrong with it. But we can't keep just being passive about how we use these tools. We need to actively engage this thing that God gave you. Yeah? Thank you. Okay, so how many science people do we have here? There's something called Newton's laws of motion. Of course, why am I even asking you people questions? What's the first law of motion? So a body will continue in its state of rest or uniform motion, except acted upon by an external force. One of my coaches used to say that our universe is governed by laws. So this Newton's law, it doesn't just apply to, the things we do in science and pendulum swinging. I never understood it till I left school. Yeah? And I'm sure it's the same for a lot of us. So we're going to look at how this law impacts us as teachers. And we're just going to run through it so that we'll move to the practical part of it. So I have something called from rest to results. And the first thing about this Newton's law that we have stated is your rest place is that your comfortable zone where you are in the classroom, where you have embraced the status quo and the narratives that have been passed around from generation to generation. Things like, I'm fine where I am. I'm underpaid and it's okay. When I get to heaven, I'll get my mansion. Yeah? The only impact I can make is within my classroom. You are feeling undervalued, under everything. That's what your state of rest looks like. The next is a force. So unless acted upon by an external force. And for some of you, that force is in this meeting you're having today. For some of you, it's an urge you've been having to start a business. You've identified a need, and every other person does not see what you're seeing. But there's just this thing burning inside you. That's a force. For some of you, it's the fact that they don't really send you. That's the force that God has given you, and you have to do something with it. So from there, we now move to that first small step that I know that some of us have taken or started to take. So either you've put out an online course or you've started to create something. And then finally, you move from movement to momentum. And I realized one of the things that affects a lot of us, and even for those of us that have businesses as teachers, is we settle too quickly. We're too easily satisfied. So you launch your online courses, for example, and the first month, you make 500,000 naira extra. You're like, you call the person that used to sell Benz, you're like, I'm coming. You call your tailor, you're just like, just change my wardrobe. Your village people too, you're like, we have arrived. And then you limit yourself because you think that is the end to who you can become. So even if you've started something today, because we're all at different levels, I want to let you know that there's still so much more. One of my friends asked me a question. He said, these achievements, that's just small things that you have done, was that the picture God showed you? Far from it. But because they've called you to receive one small award here, they invite you to speak, they even pay for your flight, things like that, you think, okay, I've arrived. So there's so much more that you can become. So the next thing is we're now going to move into practical steps. And I'm going to give you 7 practical steps. If you do them, you will see results. If you don't see results, come and look for me in Kaduna. Yeah, by the way, I was born, bred, and buttered in the beautiful city of Kaduna. Do we have Kaduna people here? Woo! All right. So the first step is to audit what you know. And you need to sit with yourself. What do I know more than the average person? There's a concept I like to teach with. It's called the Ikigai concept, where they say, for you to find the meaning for living, you find out, what am I passionate about? But like I always like to say, because I like money, passion is never enough. Don't allow anybody fool you and say, oh, you're a passionate teacher. Yeah. What's your account balance saying? Does your account balance agree with your passion? Yeah? So what do you love to do? Then it doesn't stop at what you love to do. What are you actually good at? Because if I love to sing and I cannot sing, there's problem. Then what is the world willing to pay you for? So if you like sleeping and you can actually sleep, you're good at sleeping, is the world willing to pay you to sleep? Yeah? Maybe there's a new, businesses start every day. Is the world willing to pay you to sleep? No, okay. So what are people willing to pay you for, and what does the world need? So you need to think of all those 4 angles where they meet. The Japanese people call it your meaning for living. So that's the first thing. Are you great with, these are all, you can just take a snapshot of it. The next step is to pick a micro niche, and Doctor talked about it. So it's not just enough that you teach math well. If there's a particular age group that you can teach. Early in my work with teachers, I realized that for some reason, you see those teachers on Facebook, I don't really understand them. My people are Instagram and LinkedIn. So it's not enough that I train teachers. What kinds of teachers do I train? Because I don't know that I can train someone that, we're talking about high-level things, and you're saying you don't have money for data. Yeah? So you need to be able to identify that micro niche. 5 minutes left. Fantastic. We're doing well. Step 3, it doesn't stop at identifying. How do you then package what you know? Because if you don't put forth something to sell or to tell people this is what I can do, nobody will even know what is inside your brain. So package what you know. And it can be in form of a workshop, a webinar, tons and tons of options, yeah? A mentoring program. Number 4, and that's our problem. Put it out there. A lot of us are afraid. Why? What's the worst that can happen? Are you afraid of failure? How many of us are afraid of failure? Let's be honest. I've been there too. You're afraid of failure. You feel like, oh, what if I? For every billionaire that you admire, everybody that you think is doing big things, they failed at something. If I tell you the number of businesses I've done in this life that failed woefully. So when I recruit people into my team, I want to know, what have you done and failed at? Because if you don't understand failure, when I'm saying we want to take over the world, you don't understand it. You will fail. Did you hear me? You're gonna fail. Business people here, sirs, have you failed at anything? Have you failed? They said they failed. You're not going to be the first person. So failure is just feedback. You see that motivation you used to give your students? Stand in front of your mirror and give it to yourself. Those things you used to tell them to inspire them, inspire yourself. You're going to fail. When a child is learning to walk, what happens? The child falls. Have you ever seen any child sit down and it's like, hey, God, though, I can never walk. I don't know how to walk. This is where I'm going to be all my life. How does that sound? How does it sound? But that's how you sound. When you're afraid to put things out, because you don't know what your family members will say. So today we're going to, hey, what's that thing Mr. Opeifa said? You're going to step on it. Shake it off and step on it. Yeah? How many of us are willing to shake it off and step on it? Yeah. So look at all your social media platforms. Put it out there. There's nobody that knows me that doesn't know what I do. I shout about it. To the point that my friends are like, it's like we'll do this teaching thing. So when you're looking for teaching to become an enviable profession, if you are ashamed of it, who wants to be part of it? So it has to start from you. We'll move to the next step. So step 5 is charge something. Everybody say charge something. Charge something. All this, I'm passionate, so I'm doing it for free. Because you are passionate is the reason you should charge something for it. Because a passionate person will pour in their life. The way I'm delivering this talk, I'm pouring in everything that I have. When I work with my students, I give them my all. That's why I should be paid for it. And the issue of how to price your products and is going to be a continuous conversation. It's experiments. You're going to experiment with it. You understand your audience, understand what you're offering them, but you can always increase your prices. Every year, my price must increase. Because I'm attending courses. I'm going for workshops. Who is paying for it? So because I'm expanding myself and becoming a more excellent person, my charges will increase because the kind of transformation you're going to receive is going to be more than last year. Plus, there's something called inflation. Have you heard of it? Who is going to pay for that? All right? The 6th step is document everything. It's your brand story. So I'm able to tell the teachers that I work with that the first 2 times I launched my group coaching program, nobody signed up. So when they listen to me, they know I understand. I've had a student walk out of my class. I've been there. There were times I thought I love teaching figures of speech a lot. I thought I was an innovative teacher, and I came in, I'm just like, okay, guys, so today we're going to use songs, the songs you know, to teach figures of speech. And then I started, I'll catch a grenade for you. And my students are looking at me like, what's she singing? It was at that point I realized that we're in different generations. Yeah? So there are lessons that have failed, and I'm able to relate with the teachers I work with because I've been there and done that. Okay? So document everything. It becomes your story that nobody can take away from you. And the final step is keep learning. You can't keep the only seminar you go for is classroom management. Are you not tired? Are you not tired of classroom management? Which other management do you want to manage it? Go for business workshops. Your only friends cannot be teachers. The WhatsApp groups you belong to cannot all be teachers. Because there's a way, we have a money block, whether you like it or not, as teachers. Because from where we started, they've told us we don't deserve so much more. It's a limiting mindset that we have. For you to break through that, you need to be in a community of people that they will call money and you will shake. So from today, push beyond your limits. Go for business seminars. Be in communities of people that do more than talking just about lesson plans and all of that. Finally, we're going to do something together, and I'll crave your indulgence for us to stand. I call it the Grace Amoka Creed. It's something that I tell myself every time I want to think small, every time I want to play small, every time there's that voice that tells me, who are you to qualify to stand in front of these incredible teachers? Who are you to increase your fees? You born in Kaduna, what do you know? How dare you call yourself an expert? So I look myself in the mirror and I say this to myself. And if you don't mind, I'd like us to stand and say it together as I wrap this up. We'll have a panel discussion, and if you have questions, I'm sure we'll be able to deal with specific questions. And I want you to, as you read these words, I want you to mean them, because our words carry so much power. When God created, God said, let us make man in our image and after our likeness. So if my Father is a creator, guess who I am? I use my words to create. My children cannot have coconut head. It's not possible. I create what I want to see within my environment. So that's what we're going to do today. So I want you to, beyond saying these words, let it mean something to you. And let something well up on your inside that makes you tired of playing small. Yeah? So let's go. 1, 2, 3, let's go. I no longer question if I was made for more. I know I was. And I refuse to spend one more day asking for permission to rise. I was not born to dim. I was born to disrupt, to defy odds, break ceilings, and reintroduce myself every time life tries to forget my name. I am not here to merely exist. I am here to build, to lead, to awaken, and to reclaim every inch of possibility I carry. So today, I silence the lies. I silence the fears. I silence the version of me that was too scared to try. I look in the mirror and speak to the one I've been waiting for. So this is you looking at yourself in the mirror. And when you go back home, I want you to do this every day when you wake up. The next slide, please. So this is what you're saying to yourself in the mirror. Let's go. You, Grace Amoka, are the answer. You are the light. You are the idea this world is starving for. There is no shame in my shine, no guilt in my greatness, no apology necessary for taking up space with purpose and fire. Because when I rise, others remember they can too. And together we stop surviving, start creating, healing, becoming. This is my truth. This is my time. And I choose to walk in it unapologetically, boldly, and fully alive. Thank you very much. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's put our hands together for Grace Amoka. Thank you so much for that. All right, personal branding. Very, very, very important. Yes, in life, we all need to have a personal branding. Okay, you should recognize yourself, and know who you are and speak to yourself like that. Well, in terms of personal branding, it makes me to remember something years back when I was in secondary school, way back in Lagos. All right? As a student, when growing up in science, there is a big voluminous book. It's called Abbott, Physics. And also you have Stone and Course. Stone and Course is biology, I remember, but they're very, very big. So what students do then, I think I also did it, you put all your books in your bag. But it's Stone and Course. You don't put it in the bag. You carry it here. You carry a boat here. So when you're moving, people recognize you and say, this guy is hot. This guy is sharp. Because the point is, when people look at you and see you carry big books, if you can afford to read this, and have it in your brain, that means, look, your brain is hot. All right? That's the way we look at branding those days. But now she's talking about branding. Branding is not like you having those kind of book, but you just have to be exceptional in all that you do. Let's put a hand once again for Grace Amoka for that beautiful illustration. So now we're going to spoken words. We have a young lady here who is very creative in the creative world, and she's here for now. Okay, fine. So we're going to take some goodwill message before the spoken word. First of all, we're going to have you to come here. Just 1 minute, please. Mrs. Nafia Abdullah. Let's put our hand together. Just a goodwill message. So just 1 minute, please. Let's put our hand together for her. One minute, madam.
I'll take 5 minutes. Good morning, everyone. I was so excited this morning walking in, seeing the huge numbers at 10. So it's been a long time that I ever went to an event and see the hall so full at that time. I'm so impressed. Welcome, everyone. Good morning. I'm standing on existing protocols. I'll also start by teachers are great. Teachers are great. So my name is Nafia Mohammed Abdullahi from the Office of the Vice President. I'm here representing the SSA to the President Original Development Programs, Madam Mariam Masha, and she's also the coordinator of ASEP. ASEP is Academic Support and Skills Enhancement Program. So my goodwill message goes as this. Good morning, everyone. It's truly an honor to be here today on behalf of the Office of the Vice President and the SSA to celebrate what I believe is one of the most powerful forces of transformation in the country. That's our teachers that we have in this hall. This gathering, Phenomenon 3.0, is special. It speaks directly to a growing truth. Education is no longer just about passing knowledge. It's about raising bold thinkers, solution creators, and entrepreneurial minds, as our theme for the event says, raising entrepreneurial thinking teachers above and beyond. And that begins with teachers who themselves have the courage to think differently. That is why today's theme, raising entrepreneurial thinking teachers, is not just timely, it's visionary. Through ASEP, the Academic Support and Skills Enhancement Program, which is a legacy project under the Office of the Vice President, we have watched this very vision come to life in the Northeast. ASEP stands on 4 strong pillars: building teacher capacity, student engagement and support, technology-enabled educational resources, which includes the VR headsets, which we used in training our students back in the Northeast. We have seen the impact where student has passed with, what will I say, high scores in the JAM, which recently held. And I think in the hall here we have Madam Charity, which she has been training the teachers all over in the Northeast. Everybody knows Madam Charity. And we have trained more than 1,000 of teachers, more than 15,000 of teachers right now. And Mr. Hakim was just informing me that 3,000 have already onboarded as of today. So we are right now at the Northeast, and hopefully we are going to move nationwide, inshallah. Yes. And when we combine that mission with the reach and excellence of the 1 Million Teachers platform and the tireless drive of Phenomenon Education Impact, something truly phenomenal happens. Teachers begin to lead change, not just in the classroom, but in their communities. Today, over 200 teachers rather, in the FCT are graduating from the Black Belters. Under ASEP, we have like 150 Black Belters also, right, Mr. Hakim? I think we have more than 100 plus. Mr. SK has stepped up. How many do we have right now? Okay, 400 Black Belters right now under ASEP in the Northeast. That's a huge number, and we are glad. And I want to say to each of you here, this achievement is yours. You have dared to grow, and you have stepped up as leaders. And you're showing the next generation what's possible when education and enterprise work hand in hand. And we need to also encourage other teachers to join. Please go outside, call on your friends and other teachers. Come on, join. You will see what the impact will be. You will see how your students are going to improve in their classes. And also, while Doctor was making his presentation, he was talking about teachers getting feedback from students. I will want to also mention, as you're teaching, there's what we call emotional intelligence. You have to be in the same shoes with your students. You have to talk to them, bring them closer to you. Please, you know, back then you see some students that are quite laid back, sitting at the back. Try and reach out to those students and understand their personality. Bring them closer. Reach out to them at any time. Let's encourage our students to be more participative. Let's be more inclusive as teachers also. I was once a teacher in a classroom during my NYSC, that's 2008. I lectured in one of the state polytechnics in Bauchi. I met different kinds of students with different personalities, and that is when I was like, oh, I need to be a HR somewhere, because there's that part in me that I think my emotional IQ is quite on the high side. I love relating with people, but there are just some kind of students that you have to be different with them. So I can understand. So I also encourage our teachers in here to please use our emotional intelligence at every point, with getting in touch with our students. It will help them relate with us openly and get to know where the issues are, and we can assist them. Please, all those laid-back students in your class, I believe each student has something to offer. Even if they are not willing to, please bring them out. Let them speak out. Let them understand what is happening. And you see how your students are going to thrive in their classes. The Vice President is immensely proud of your journey. He believes, just as we all do here, that you are the heartbeat of Nigeria's future. You are not waiting for change. You are the change. So I leave you with this. Keep pushing boundaries. Keep innovating. Keep believing that you can make a difference because you already are making a difference. And know that as you go above and beyond, we'll be right here cheering you on every step of the way. Congratulations again to all our graduates, and a big thank you to Mr. Phenomenon Edupreneurs for building a platform that truly lifts our people. And thank you to Mr. Hakim, the CEO of 1 Million Teachers, for the hard work you have been doing. We can see you, we watch you, and thank you for everything. Thank you, all of you in this hall. I'm glad to be part of you, and I love to be a teacher in my next life. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. We love you and we appreciate you, and we find ways to reward you here. Inshallah. God is seeing you and God is watching. We love you. Thank you so much. God bless everyone. God bless the Republic of Nigeria. Thank you so much.
Let's put our hands together once again for her. But I see you can still be a teacher in this life. It's still possible. Okay, so we're also going to take a goodwill message from the representative of ANCORS. ANCORS, please, can you come forward? Mr. Shimin Moses, please, let's put our hands together for him. And while he's coming on, please, Rep from Mortina, please get ready after him. Let's put our hand together from the Rep from ANCORS. 1 minute, please.
Teachers are great. We teach, don't cheat us. Is it not so? I am so excited here today to be part of this program. I never knew this crowd was going to be so much like this. And let me therefore congratulate the convener, Teacher Olasunkomi Okwefa. It's wonderful. About 2 months ago, Okwefa and another colleague of his came to my office and sold the idea of organizing this conference. And we bought it. And so my teachers keyed in, and today I am very happy that they are also part of this Black Belters. And so I am here on behalf of FCT ANCORS President. ANCORS refers to All Nigeria Confederation of Principals of Secondary Schools, FCT chapter. He would have loved to be here with us, but he's engaged somewhere else, and therefore directed that I should be here. I was equally to be at another program organized by African Forum for Innovative Teachers, the program that I'm the FCT coordinator, but because of the nature and the magnitude of this very conference, I had to absent myself there and then to be here with you. And so it is wonderful, wonderful. And it's very important to also inform you that FCT ANCORS is completely behind this program. For the fact that you will get to understand that FC started a program called SAGE. SAGE refers to Students for the Advancement of Global Entrepreneurship. Some years back, you are aware that one of our schools was always emerging the champion of the world, and that school is Junior Secondary School, Jikwe 1. And Jikwe 1 kept winning that program for quite a number of years, 6 times consecutively. You will also get to understand that FCT has completely keyed into this project of entrepreneurship. And that's why in FCT we have quite a number of colleagues who are alumni of Brunei University. One of them just spoke here, Dr. Anderson Kolawole. It's one of them. And so what we are doing in our school system is we are institutionalizing entrepreneurship education to a point that we bring even tailors to our schools. We bring barbers to our school. We bring carpenters. We bring iron fabricators to teach our children. That is what we are doing currently. You will get to understand that when Dangote was constructing his refinery in Lagos, he looked for artisans all over Nigeria he couldn't get. We learned that he got about 10,000 of them from India and China. We wouldn't want that to repeat itself. We are carrying out entrepreneurship education in the manner that our children upon graduation, they will be employers of labor. And I am very happy that this forum is organizing this program to sensitize us as principals of secondary schools who will continue to say this idea to our teachers and students. And I want to believe that when next these programs will be organized, you are going to get more than 500 black belters from FCT alone. You will also get to understand that in FCT, we organize head-to-head debate among students. And if you watch these students how they speak and how they deliver topics, you'll be moved. These are students who will present a problem and get that problem solved using critical thinking, using entrepreneurship ability to get a project out of a problem that has been a very serious thing. And so in FCT, we are trying our best to ensure that we key in this project, and then we make sure that our students, upon graduation, they find something doing so that they will be employers of labor. So, noble colleagues, I heard our speakers talking about what teachers are enjoying elsewhere. Time is coming when certainly FCT teachers and Nigerian teachers will enjoy. Now we even have 5 additional years from 60 to 65 years. Teachers are retiring at 65 years. And you will get to understand that there are quite a number of our colleagues who are not teachers, and yet they want to be teachers by all means, so that they also benefit from the 5-year elongation. We want to believe that many good things will come our way. And so we completely embrace this entrepreneurship education, and we hope we'll continue to do well and do better. On that note, let me congratulate our 400 black belters and congratulate the convener of this project, that this project will continue to grow from strength to strength. Thank you very sincerely.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. So please, sorry for this mistake. Can we have rep from NUT, National Union of Teachers? Let's put our hand together for him. And by the way, ANCOP is Nigerian Confederation of Principal Secondary Schools. That's the meaning of ANCOP, just for your information. So let's put our hand together for a rep from NUT, Nigerian Union of Teachers.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I want to be a teacher. I don't want to make a mistake of saying good afternoon when it is good morning. So good morning, my colleagues in the teaching profession. We are members of the formerly, now we are being taught that we don't normally use chalk. We are in the profession of the chalk and talk. But now we are in the profession of talk and write on the board or on our pads or computers. Thank you very much. Let me stand on the existing protocol and thank the convener of this program. But for you teachers who are not here, let me tell you a history. As NUT, we are very sad that the government tried to keep history out of our school curriculum until just recent. That's why we don't know where we are coming from and we don't know where we are going. History is that no government, as far as Nigeria is concerned, the government is not even willing to take teaching as a profession until NUT stepped up in 1991 and said every profession in Nigeria has a regulating body, but not teaching. We had to go on strike for 6 months before the government on the day. Then I was still a classroom teacher in one secondary school in Kaduna State called Government Girls Secondary School, Maimuna Gorzo. And we went on strike for 6 months, and that is where today's TRCN is established, and we take it as our baby and we hold it very close to our hearts. You must have a license. You must be a teacher recognized and licensed by Teachers Registration Council. That is why we have a profession. And still, the government is not feeling that TRCN is supposed to be funded. The federal government is saying that we are not going to fund TRCN. And if we are now charging teachers the certificate, we are now putting a lot of money on it. How do we sustain it? Not all the teachers are there, but this is a talk for everybody. I'm standing here for the Secretary General of Nigerian Union of Teachers, Dr. Clinton Equitable, who is unavoidably absent. My name is Comrade Ango Adamu. I'm the Deputy Secretary General of Nigerian Union of Teachers. And I have a speech, but very short. I'm not going to take much of it. MC, I'm not going to pass the time you put as a teacher. I bring greetings from the National Leadership of Nigerian Union of Teachers, NUT, as you mark the 3rd edition of the Phenomenon Conference 2025. On behalf of the entire teachers of Nigeria, the NUT felicitates with you on this great occasion and to let you know that we are pleased that you found us worthy to be part of this event. The NUT, as a trade union, as well as a professional organization of teachers whose aims and objectives are to raise the status of teaching profession through improved quality education and condition of service, promote and advance the cause of education and the teaching profession throughout the Federation, provides a forum for the cooperation of teachers and the promotion of their welfare, the interests of education and the teaching profession, among others. We therefore welcome you to this program or activity that is organized towards training, retaining, and empowering the teachers of Nigeria, just as the Phenomenon Impact initiative ahead of promoting quality education through equipping the teachers with the necessary skills, resources, and financial support to the educational transformation in the community they served. The theme for this year's Phenomenon Conference 2025, above and beyond raising entrepreneurs, thinking teachers, is a quiet and especially in the present dynamics, challenges, and new trends in the education profession. It is also within this promise that we want to say that all of you here are our members, and we want you to know that NUT is part and parcel of all teachers in Nigeria. And we are not only talking of the welfare of the teachers. I want to even talk on what the professor said, the doctor. He said, teachers' road are in heaven, but we don't understand. I want to a bit digress with what the professor is saying. Not that we don't understand, we understand, but the government of the day is not ready to give the teachers what is theirs. If you are giving somebody 230 something or 500, why are you giving the teachers 30, 20, or 50,000 naira? So our reward, we want it here, and we know definitely when we get to heaven, we will get it. Thank you very much, and I want to say goodbye.
Thank you so much. I said let's put our hand together once again for Red from NUT. Okay, so we have a representative of Mortina in the house. Please, let's put our hand together for him as he comes up to give us a good message. Okay, so there's a video. Please, can we play the video for Mortina, please? Oh, it's on. It's playing. All right. So media, can we have it? Mortina, that's a brand. Media.
Teacher of the Year.
And the winner is
Esom Nofu Chidiebube Ifechukwu. Congratulations.
Nasarawa State.
Nasarawa State.
Nasarawa State.
It was really just so rewarding seeing the passion, the excitement of the teachers, and having a win come from a state totally unexpected from Nasarawa. Yes, that was really very, very thrilling.
To Nigerian breweries, I say thank you very much for inspiring teachers, for encouraging us, for motivating us, and I promise we'll get to do more to make you happy.
So I want to say thank you to Nigerian breweries, Felix.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Bolaji Laeni, the Government Affairs Manager for Nigerian Breweries. I bring you greetings from the Felix Oyiwere Foundation, Educational Trust Fund, and Nigerian Breweries PLC. As some of you may be aware, this time last year at the Phenomenon 2.0, we were here to also preach about the Mortina Teacher of the Year. And I'm also very proud to say, in the hall that day where we were distributing the forms and asking our educators on how to apply for the competition, we didn't know the champion or the winner or the current winner was in the hall. And I'm proud to introduce Mr. Chidiebube for you guys. So for me, year 2018, the organizer of this event, Okweifa, was also a past winner, for those that may not be aware. And for those that have been to, thank you for that. For those that have been to Government Day Secondary School, Cairo, there's a building there, a classroom that was renovated and built by Nigerian Breweries. So for me, this year, the winner for this year also stands to win 10 million naira, a capacity development training abroad, and a building or an educational facility worth 30 million naira in your school you currently teach. Not only that, in fact, for the first time last year, we had state champions across the 36 states of Nigeria and the Federal Capital Territory. So for the first runner-up, last year, it used to be, as you can see from the last video, the woman that you saw, she was a winner from Akwa Ibom, and the one before that, I think, was from Wolusi College in Ijebu, Ogun State. So for this year, the first runner-up will be going on with 5 million naira. The second runner-up will be going on with 3 million naira, while across the 36 states and hopefully the Federal Capital Territory will also be having state champions who will be going on with 1 million naira. So why I'm actually coming up with what the winners stand to win is tying it up with the theme of this event, where we're actually trying to raise entrepreneurial thinking teachers. Entrepreneurial means money. If you don't have the money, I don't think you can be entrepreneurial enough. And for me, this fund is a way for us to reward excellence in teaching. The last speaker from AUT was saying, or like they always say, all of us here were taught by one teacher or an educator at one point in our time of our lives. We believe the reward for teachers are here before you die. You earn it, you enjoy it, and you actually pass it on to your offsprings. So for me, just to tell you that the forms for this year and the entries have opened. It opened just a few days ago on Wednesday, 24th of June, and it's just going to be on for 2 months. The forms are going to close by 22nd of August. What do you need to do? You need to go to the portal www.multinateacheroftheyear.com .com rather. I say that again, www.multinateacheroftheyear.com. The form is there. You download the form, you fill, and I also like to point out this time that it's actually open to only secondary school teachers, both private and secondary school. So going forward, we are also in a way currently running an impact assessment to see whether we can actually even extend it to the tertiary and the primary educators as well. But for now, it is for the secondary school teachers, both secondary and primary. So you download the forms, you fill, and you return. The second option you have is also to download the form, you fill, and scan to multinateacheroftheyear@heineken.com. I'll also call out a number of my colleague who is responsible for the Federal Capital Territory. But we are aware that we are surrounded by Nasarawa, Kaduna, Niger. There's no point. We are also ready to support. I will call out a phone number where during the application process or you're stuck or you have clarifications or comments that you would like to let us know and help you out in filling your form, you can reach out to her. Her name is Peace, and I will call out a number. 080-8531-6398. Just one more time, 080-8531-6398. I'm hoping by the time we come for Phenomenon 4.0, hopefully, by the grace of God, a winner will be here. Just like as you have it over here. I will be playing the video, and very soon, his school here in Crown Grace will also be getting the building worth 30 million naira in a matter of months from now. So hopefully, you might be a teacher amongst us here, or those watching us virtually. It is open to everyone across the country. Please kindly share this news across the groups, NUT, ANCOPS, TRCN, Ministry of Education. Across the country, it's open, private and secondary school. Thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of the program.
All right, thank you so much. But I also want to ask, is aspiring teachers included? If you're aspiring to be a teacher, can you? Or those who want to become teachers in their next life, can you? Are you qualified? I've also been a teacher, though I'm not teaching right now. I can also apply as well. All right, thank you so much for that. So now, let's do a little bit of game. G-Man will call you later on, but then whoever gets this has a gift. All right? You have a gift if you can actually get this. I know we have a lot of smart people around here and know so much about Nigeria. How many of us here like sports? Yeah, we're all sports fans. Oh, just few. We don't like sports. Football. Oh, okay. Or just one. Okay, fine. So I'll take a different question entirely. Now, Chapawadi is the highest mountain in Nigeria. What state is it? Which state is it located? No, just put up your hand, please. All right, please. Taraba. No, Taraba, please. Let's put our hand together for her. Please come up. We have a gift for you. Taraba, that's the state. Chapawadi is the highest mountain. It's located in Taraba State. Taraba is a very, very lovely place. It's a place I want to visit, hopefully, very, very soon. All right. Let's put our hand together once again for her. There, please. Thank you. So now we're going on to the panel section, and I would like to invite to the podium the convener, Mr. Olasom. Yes, please. Okpefa, let's have you on the podium, please. Let's put our hand together for him. Let's put our hand together for him, please. Pictures. All right? So what did you call me?
All right, so this is an impromptu call, so let me just take over anyway, quickly. So we want to have our panel session, and we would expect, so who is this? Go ahead. What's the next one? So we'll be bringing up our panelists one by one, and I will be doing that, reading their profile too. So if you are ready, please, let me see. Can we bring to the stage, back to the stage? Let's start. I don't know the order you have it. So whatever order you have here, go ahead and play it, and the person will come, so that I will not run a clash what you have. All right, are we set, media? All right, so 1 minute. So the essence of the panel session is we are bringing up educators that have really experienced what it means to be entrepreneurial in their professional experience. So, and in this session, we are going to put an extra focus on what it means to be an intrapreneur. Almost all our speakers have really exhausted that part. We only look at some practical examples. So, but we will focus on one person here that I met somewhere and was able to recognize me. And then I went to his profile. He actually signed my admission letter anyway. And I went through his profile and I was like, wow. I mean, this is someone who had grown in rank. So we're going to put focus on him more. And then there are some questions that you may want to ask Grace Samoka. Okay, you can give chance to maybe one question or two. Then there are teachers who have been doing so well. I'm going to bring up somebody special who is not on the screen that will tell us what they are doing. And then we keep moving on. So, and I hope this will just take about 15 to 20 minutes or less than that. All right, media, please. I know how serious I can be. All right, let's go ahead. So let's welcome Mr. Ihianyi Akweti. Media, sound, please. I hope you are not yelling in the spirits.
He joined you lesson.
Welcome, sir.
To lead the academic and regulatory implementation to launch MIVA and Chief Academic Officer of the university. Prior to joining ULesson, he had spent over 18 years as a Cambridge International Certified Educator, department lead and principal in schools across the country. Here he holds a BTech in Math and Computer Science from FUTA, a PGD in Education from NTI, and a CSML School Management and Leadership from the Harvard Graduate School of Education.
All right, put your hands together. I believe you read it. So the next person, quickly. Media. All right, so I think we need to have a department of prayer warriors somewhere to pray for our media. This is a church, and I think it won't be a bad idea to do that. So please, you can volunteer and start.
An innovative educator who transitioned from engineering to education to pursue her passion. Again. She has worked on global.
Probably you may want to skip Amoka Grace, or you want to play it now.
An innovative educator who transitioned from engineering to education to pursue her passion. She has worked on global stages, including the African Leadership Academy and the World Bank Group, where she contributed to impactful solutions in education. Through her programs, Cash Flow Classroom and A Profitable Teacher, Grace empowers educators to enhance their income, impact, and global relevance. Additionally, as a dedicated sign language interpreter, she strengthens deaf communities by helping them build sustainable livelihoods. Her expertise spans teacher development, special needs education, and STEM education. Grace currently serves as an elementary school English teacher and the program's director for the Teacher Leader Institute.
All right, put your hands together for Grace. Please, can we make it very fast, please, media? The Lord is your strength. Okay, you know what? I'll be calling them on the stage. Can we come, please? Esom Nofu, Chidi Ebube. We will send you their profile in your email. I mean, you all know him, right? Do you know you asked for him to come back this year? Aha, I brought him. He came last year, and then many of you told me, please, that guy must come back again. Maybe after today, you will tell me to still bring him again next year. Akilode. Do you know why he's doing that? He will explain. All right. Okay, let's bring on stage quickly. Okay, that's Isom Nofu.
Meet Isom Nofu Chidiebube, an award-winning mathematics educator. He is arguably Africa's most followed teacher with over 1.3 million followers across platforms. Through Isom Nofu Online Math, he simplifies complex math concepts, helping students overcome math phobia worldwide. He has earned numerous accolades, including the Anambra State Champion Multina Teacher of the Year 2020 and recognition from the I Am Nigeria initiative for his use of social media in education. He became the national champion of the Multina Teacher of the Year Award in 2024. In 2025, he launched the Isom Nofu National Mathematics Competition, personally funding it to support nearly 1,000 students. Isom Nofu continues to revolutionize math education through creativity.
Okay. Don't worry. And let's welcome, I believe, Amarachi, please send me a message if we're able to connect with Kemi online. But let's go to Charity Okoli. Please, you are welcome. Should I call her the star girl? Last year, she won our Phenomenon Community Impact Challenge, and she's there now on the stage. Between that last year and now, she has raised more than 500 Blackbelt teachers.
A seasoned counselor, mentor, and educator with over 20 years of experience supporting adolescents through the critical phases of their development. As a school counselor and trainer, she equips both teachers and parents with the tools to understand and nurture the emotional and psychological well-being of young people. Through her extensive experience and active engagement, Aya guides educators and parents towards effective strategies that support adolescent development and well-being. Her work is driven by a personal commitment to preventing early life trauma. In recognition of her efforts, she became the winner of the maiden edition of the Phenomenon Community Impact Challenge, PCIC, for her impactful community projects.
All right. So I'll invite someone, but I want to also invite someone. The next person I'm inviting is the moderator of the panel. And let's welcome Olasukomi Okpaifa. It will join soon. It's everywhere. Please, can you play his profile while he comes to the stage? So, you are clapping for me. Thank you. Okay, so I think I need to face them. Sorry, I can be very informal at times. May I ask my device to be sent to me, please? So, sorry, forgive me. I left my device with my PA.
Meet Olasukomi Okpaifa, a distinguished Nigerian educator, consultant, and advocate for innovative teaching with nearly 2 decades of experience. A multi-award-winning educator, Olasukomi was named the 2018 Multina Teacher of the Year, was a top 10 finalist for the Global Teacher Prize 2020, and received the Big Crystal Pen Award in 2021. He is also a Fulbright Teaching Excellence and Achievement Fellow. As the convener of the Phenomenon Conference, he has championed teacher professional development and supported educators in adopting student-centered, technology-driven teaching methods. Through his NGO, the Phenomenon Edupreneurs, he promotes quality teaching and leadership, working to reduce educational inequalities.
All right, thank you very much, media. Okay, quickly, thank you so much, our panel, our panelists. I will have a panel of judges if we were debating. All right, thank you so much, Grace Amaga. That was a profound one. I'm going to be starting with, just in this same order, Mr. Akwiti. I mean, listening to your profile alone and then seeing what you have achieved in the rank as an educator. I'm going to twist your question a little bit here. Everybody has spoken about being an entrepreneur. But in your own case, I don't know whether you joined them to sell anything or do any special business. But you have risen in rank from, you were a primary school educator at a point. You taught in primary school. You taught in secondary school. Somehow you are coordinating the university now. Yeah, not somehow. You are coordinating university as a registrar. So you have risen, and I think you've been in leadership of secondary schools before. You have risen along the line. And that is all about one thing, your skill as an entrepreneur, or the other way of entrepreneur in an organization. What does entrepreneurial thinking or entrepreneurship means to you in one sentence?
All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here today. Thank you, Mr. Opefa, for all your strives and impact. So, being an intrapreneur, I mean, it's not a common word. It's leading innovation from within. So you're already within an organization, and then you identify a gap, and you take action to close that gap. Many times, it results in another vertical, another revenue vertical for that organization. Other times, it just helps that organization to serve their customers better. How that applied to me, so I started teaching straight out of youth service in Gombe, in the beautiful city of Kaltungo in Gombe. I know some of us know Kaltungo. I was there for 3 years before I moved to Port Harcourt. The first thing, I think one of my onboarding sessions, an older teacher said, "Oh, meet your new math teacher, and you guys work well with him. When you leave school, make sure that you remember him to support him. You know he's going to pour in a lot to get you guys from where you are to at least making credits in WAEC." And I responded without thinking. I said, "Oh no, I just finished school. I'm that copper that stayed behind. When you guys graduate and you're looking to start businesses, you are in Nigeria, you've gone outside Nigeria, and you're looking for an investor, remember to call me, because I will be able to support you then."
Wow, beautiful.
So I set myself up internally, because I then had to begin to live on that. So Gombe, the first thing I did in Gombe that I would call entrepreneurship is, I used to be in press club as a student. You know, press club, school magazine, school yearbook, and I started that magazine in my school in Gombe. That was the gap I identified. I didn't stay there long. When I got to Port Harcourt, I realized that the school had just acquired smart devices, you know, the interactive whiteboards with projectors, and no one knew how to use them. So that was a gap, right? I decided to begin to train myself and train others and actually get those things in use within that school. Because entrepreneurs will map their environment, right? The environmental mapping that I identified then in Port Harcourt and going into Lagos was, there are new technologies coming to education in Nigeria. Skills gap. Also, remember that 10, 15 years ago, before we had this crash in the foreign FX rates, most principals in the leading schools in Nigeria, they were expatriates, right? There were few Nigerians who were leading the top schools across the country. I saw that as a gap. I projected that in a few years, those people will leave. The schools won't be able to afford to bring in people from Australia, UK, Nigeria, and other parts of the world to lead schools. And I said, I could get ready in 5 years by leading change now. So it's vertical and horizontal. You could actually grow in where you work by identifying gaps, causing change, and developing yourself. You know, opportunity meeting what? Preparation. So just a bit on that.
Thank you very much. Opportunity will meet preparation. He set himself up internally. You see, that thing is very common with some parents and probably school owners, when they will say, students, when you grow up, remember your teachers. And I love the fact that, you pushed it back. That don't worry. I will buy my Ferrari, you will buy your Bugatti. We will hit each other. Your driver will come down, my driver will come down. I will repair your own car because I won't be a poor teacher. In future, that's a perspective. That's a mindset. And thank you. And you're able to fill in a lot of gaps there. Thank you very much. I'm going to jump, Amoka Grace, permit me, please, to Esomnofu quickly. Esomnofu, you went from being a private school teacher, earning like, let me say it, 100,000 naira, to becoming a public school teacher earning 48,000 naira. You know the story, right? You know the story. And then from there, you moved, boom, to start earning like 900 to 1 million naira like that. But before then, he had started doing a lot of things online. Okay, and then you went to become famous on Facebook, LinkedIn, everywhere. Today, I'm not posting you here and there. So, what was your nobody is watching me, I will do anything moment? You don't just care. That's that thing for you? Nobody's watching. And many teachers are here now. You tell them, are you on social media? No, I don't like being on Facebook. Oh, please let them know.
Thank you for this question and my greetings to everybody here. This started in 2020 during the pandemic. And I have this passion to express myself, to maybe let others know what I've known. That's why I don't hide, even to teachers and students. Anything I know, I always love to share it. So I started teaching maths, but because of my poor salary, I don't have money to even buy a good phone to record myself. So I have an Android phone then, but the camera is bad. It has broken, so you can't even capture anything at all. But sometimes I borrow from all these loan apps. That was when I knew about Palm Credit. So then I borrow from one app to pay another app. So I pay my friend 1,000 naira to use his Android phone to video me so I can record. After videoing me, he'll transfer it to my phone and I post. And I started doing it without any view at all. Sometimes I will see 2 views, 3 views, but I don't mind. I'm not doing it to trend. I was not doing it to get views. I was doing it to express myself, to share knowledge, because that was pandemic. And I never knew 1 naira could come out from this, to be honest. I started doing it out of passion. And one day, I was walking along my street. I saw a little child, I think, let me say 12 years. She saw me and told me, "Sir, I enjoy your maths lesson." This word, till today, rings in my head that I told myself that I can never stop posting video again. That since what I do in my room can affect life all over the world and anywhere, that I will continue this. I think that was one of my major motivation, apart from other things that I get from teaching online. So I think these are the things that motivated me, that made me to continue, irrespective of the obstacles, finance, and so many other things I experienced.
I'm still coming back to him to tell us how much he now earns. No. Okay, let me expose him a little bit before I go back to Grace. We were both on 6,800 on Facebook. Then somehow, Facebook told both of us at the same time that we are now being monetized. I don't have money. And I don't know whether that was what he saw, and he woke up. I woke up too. But because I was preparing for the conference, so I refused to wake up very well on Facebook. And he was very serious, posting stories about teachers. If you have met him, check. In another account, he has another account with 1 million. Now that account is over, it's 40,000 or plus now. 37,000 in about a month. And you know what that means when you are posting every day. And we beg you, talk about Nigerian stories. Primary school teachers are on strike. Just talk about it. The world will hear you. I'm still on this matter. All right, this is enough. It's only a lot, but we'll come back to that. Grace, back to you there. There is this question that I have all the time, and I want to ask you publicly now. You moved from engineering to education, from one of the foremost universities in Nigeria. I mean, one of the very foremost universities. Not that he went to one local school and then she could not get a job, and she now found herself. No, she studied well, and then she now found herself in education. And then now you didn't stop there. You have moved from what you now time to from classroom to cash flow. So let me ask now, what was that moment of boldness that changed your direction? And you are now here as an example to those who even studied education and they still don't know what to do.
Thank you for that question. One of the things that I said when I was speaking earlier is when we let our light shine, and if you've watched Aquila and the Bee, there's a quote from there, Our Deepest Fear. She said, when we let our light shine, we give others permission to do the same. True. So my first teaching encounter, formal teaching encounter, was in a school in Lagos during my NYSC. That year, it was compulsory for everybody to teach. And I met the most passionate teacher in this school. He was excited. At the time, the school was experimenting with 80 minutes. Imagine class being 80 full minutes. They were doing this experiment. From start to end of his geography lessons, it was power-packed. The students were alert. And I just thought this was such a different person from all the other teachers I had interacted with. And we're having a conversation one day, and I asked him, how did you get stuck teaching? Because every other person I knew, they got stuck teaching. As in, while we are praying for the miracle to happen, let's just hold body. And he said, no, that he always knew he wanted to be a teacher. And then he narrates this story from when he was 8 years old. Somehow that experience took me back to my own story. And I know a lot of us have similar stories. When you were 6 and you have these imaginary classrooms, but because nobody grows up wanting to become a teacher, that dream is pushed to the back of your mind. So Mr. Olalekan Balogun was the person that I feel like he gave me that permission without even saying it to consider. Yeah, of course, I ran away for some years, went into business and all of that. I also come from a family of teachers. My father was a lecturer for 42 years in Kaduna Polytechnic. My mom a nurse, but she became a nurse tutor, teaching others. My brother is a lecturer as well. So, I mean, it's a little of everything here and there. And our stories are similar because that defining moment for you might be different, but a number of factors come in to determine what we end up doing with our lives. A very strong factor, just to end this for me, will be the God factor. Because I believe very strongly I'm in this world for a purpose. God wasn't just sleeping and strolling and he's like, Angel Michael, what are we going to do today? And Angel Michael is like, let's just make one girl named Grace and throw her randomly. No. So I asked God specifically, what do you want me to do in terms of purpose? So after studying computer engineering, it didn't make sense to anybody. But here I am today. And one of the things I told God is, my life will be evidence that I followed your plan for me. And I mean, we haven't started, but we're on the way there.
Wow, thank you. I mean, I picked that, the God factor and the fact that you stay within purpose. And today, you're not just an ordinary teacher, you are really shining for the world to see. You know, when we're looking for speakers, I just spoke to a friend who couldn't make it today. And she was like, I don't think you guys actually know each other so well. And she was like, look for Grace Amoka. And I was like, okay. And another person. So I searched the other person. Even the person is in Abuja. I said, no. As soon as I read her profile, I said, this is the person we are looking for. I sent her a message, and this is what I said. She said, yes. Don't interpret that to me anything. So she said, yes. And then that was done. We started, very busy lady. But today now, she's a light for us shining. Thank you very much, Grace. Let's go to our business tycoon here. Now, beside me is a business tycoon you don't know. A principal has spoken to us, and I said behind him that, that principal, I don't want to say it on stage. Okay, so this is another person. Some of these teachers are Yahoo teachers. The way they make money, only God knows. I am not saying that about anybody. All right, so I'm going to be asking Madam Charity Okoli this question. She's into business, and somehow she has been able to do it in such a way that you don't even know. I've been her colleagues for how many years now? She's been in our school since, more than 6-7 years. We've been together in the same school. I never knew she was doing any business. And yet, she has never been among those that was broke in school. And I even know that teachers will actually go to her to go and even ask for loan here and there. Oh, sorry, that's too much, right, to say. Sorry, you know my mouth at times. Sorry, not a loan app like that. So like today now, she just gave me 10,000 naira to settle some guys outside, something like that. That's the loan I'm talking about, please. I need to watch my mouth. Remind me, please. All right, so there are many questions for you here, but I'm going to ask this one directly. What you have turned your WhatsApp status, I mean, somehow, principal said it, into a consistent income stream. So I want to be sure there are some 3 major things you must have done, okay, that you also want teachers to adopt today when it comes to sales, and yet it will not mix with their business. Let's go. So this is just second to the last question, even though it's the first question to everybody. Then I ask a rounding of questions so that we can move on quickly. All right, ma.
Okay, thank you very much. Hello, teachers. You know, we do it differently. And today, you know, when I was reading the profile of this gentleman here, I was wondering, why are they putting me in this thing now? I'm not in that category. What will I be doing on stage? I'm not in the space of technology like that. But I came to understand later that when we talk about entrepreneurship, it means anybody that is adding value wherever you are. And I guess that's why I'm here. So I will represent that ordinary teacher, those of us who are in school, normal teacher going to school every morning and doing something different. And then the only language we understand to make money is buying and selling. We have witness in the house, buying and selling. How many of us are in the business of buying and selling?
Principal is one.
Yes, our principal is one. So what I do that's what I come to understand today, that it's entrepreneurship. That I buy and sell, not just buying and selling like any other regular teacher or any other regular buyer for that matter. I add value to what I do. I sell food stuff, let me be plain, for example, and then I don't just go to the market, buy beans and come and sell them, like, come and buy beans like that. What I do to my beans, when you see it, you are forced to buy it. I add value. I solve problems for people just selling beans. So I pick the beans. I have people who work for me bring bags of beans in the house, and then I have people who are constantly picking and packaging. And then the next thing I want to do is to look at it. I don't just rest because they have finished doing the work. I wear my glasses. I sit down and go through it because I want to make sure that what we deliver is excellent. And most of the customers that I have, they buy because of the value that we add to the product. It could be pepper, it could be egusi, just regular food stuff that you know. But we don't just sell them. Like I live in Maraba area, for instance. And in the school where I work, it's just opposite the market. And every other person can just cross the road and buy beans, isn't it? But what I sell is not just the beans. It's the value that I add in it. It's the problem that I'm solving for those customers of mine who do not have time to go to the market, and some who even have time to go to the market but do not have time to pick beans. You know what it means to pick beans? And then I solve that problem for them. And for every other product that I sell, I find a way to make it differently so that it will attract the kind of customers that I want. Now, when you add value to anything that you do, the people that you attract become a different kind of people. And that's what I do. Now, what are those 3 different habits that I will recommend? Like he said, I sell on WhatsApp, basically. And what do I do? On WhatsApp is a different space for me. It's my shop, okay? So what I do is that, number 1, I build my contacts. As I'm here right now, I will find time to save them. You must build contacts. Right now on my phone, I have over 6,000 contacts on my phone. And I know, yes. And I know some teachers that when you're discussing about phone issues like this, they're like, my memory is full. I need to. Some teachers actually sit down and delete contacts deliberately once in a while. That's your market you are reducing if you want to sell online. Okay, and then I go further to segment these contacts. It's not just gathering the contacts. You have 1,000 contacts on your phone. What are you doing to them? I segment them. Broadcast list. If you know what broadcast list is, that's what I use. And out of these 6,000 contacts, I have more than 5-6 different groups where I sell different products. Because you don't want to dump any product in front of anybody because you are selling market. And then you bring beans and sell to some and just drop it on anybody. So I segment these contacts, and then I have different broadcast lists where I will post each product according to the needs of these people. So I create this WhatsApp group, not the group now, the contacts, the broadcast list. It's different. It sends the message to individual people. Okay? So when I create that group and I'm sending beans, I must have, sorted out the members of that particular group. People who I know, if I'm going through my list, I see Mr. Okpa, if I know he's a Yoruba man, he will like beans, I add it. And every other person that I know that is maybe busy people on my list, I'm adding them to that beans group. And then at the end of the day, I have different groups for different products. You don't want to be insensitive that you can't. They just recently added me to one group, and the woman sells baby clothes. I don't need baby clothes, for instance. And every morning she's dumping baby clothes on the WhatsApp group, and I'm like, back to sender. It's not my portion. So you don't want to be like that, okay? So you segment your group, your list, so that you are selling the right product to the right people. And lastly, I pursue excellence. I do it deliberately. I sell what anybody that buys from me knows that I sell with integrity. And when I give my word, when I tell my customer, send your money, tomorrow you are getting so thing, I have dispatch riders ready. And when I say I'm delivering, I'm delivering. And apart from the products, Sorry, I'm going to take 1 more minute. Apart from the products that you say, even if it is not physical product, wherever you find yourself as a teacher, you are adding value. I'm sure you must have heard my name, somebody called my name for what I do with teachers all over the place. When I received 1 million teacher, just like every other person, went through the course like this, I didn't just receive the certificate and sat down. I knew that this certificate would mean it will help to combat ignorance in the classroom. And I know that because I work in a public school, it is not going to be easy for me alone. So I make sure that more teachers become black belts in my school. I fight it. I quarrel them. I buy data. I do everything to make sure that more teachers become black belts. And at the end of the day, let me tell you for free, when you do all these things, money comes. Invariably, one way or the other, money comes. Now, when I'm on this stage last year, I was announced the leader with the most number of teachers raised on black belt. It was just like a casual thing that I just did. But because of that singular act alone, I've been recommended in going to places. And anywhere, if I just hear they are gathering teachers to do something, he calls my name. And money is coming to it. So whatever you are doing...
You do hear? She has not been paying tithe.
So whatever you are doing, do it well. Wherever you find yourself, in every relationship, as a teacher, as a mentor, as a parent,
counselor,
add value. And you are going to get money. Thank you very much.
So you know what? She has answered all our questions. I'm not coming back to her so that we can round off. All right. Thank you very much. So she has jumped into what I want to talk about. So, when I ask them questions, they've spoken like motivational speakers. Do this, do that. She jumped into the reality. So I'm going back to Mr. Akwiti now, and I want something very practical. When you do all those things, you think outside the box. How can a teacher practically turn this to something that will promote him? How did you now turn all this into... So, okay, for instance, when I approach the same life with the way, I use an example of Ferrari and Bugatti. It's exactly what I told my students in class one day when a parent told me that, can't my child help you in future because of 2,500 naira lesson? And I'm like, help me in future. Well, I don't know who is helping who in future now because my future has not come yet. So in this context, how can teachers translate that into something that will make them grow? Okay, that mentality you talked about, grow and then attract wealth or attract financial value to this. You do well in the school. How can you communicate it to the school owner? Tell your story differently so that when they are recommending people for something bigger, they remember Akwiti. They remember me there. Please, sir, so that we can just round off and then take a last question.
All right, so let me start with personal branding, right?
Okay.
We say that the empty cymbals make the loudest noise, right? But the challenge is that the cymbals that are full, they don't make any noise at all. So having done everything I had done, preparing for leadership, one single thing changed it for me. Many of us know Mrs. Adefisayo, the former commissioner in Lagos. Yes. She was my CEO at the school I worked. She had just resumed. And then one day, her PA came to me that I think the CEO is looking for you. I said, why? He said, you should go to the high school. Go and call me this teacher. I don't know his name. But he dresses exceptionally well like he's not a teacher. And she came that, I think you're the one she's looking for. And I got to her office. And then she said, exactly, this is the person I'm looking for. Sit down. Tell me what you want to do. Look, I want to restructure the school. I think you can lead the high school. I wasn't a head of department. I was just a math teacher. So, branding myself, right? I had colleagues who did great for themselves, who invested in many things. Will buy land in some location in Mowe or Fada. Sometimes you might not even see the place in your lifetime because it's so deep in the bush. But I did things like investing in my personal branding, apart from social media presence, how I appeared. The next thing is, you have the value. How do you communicate it, right? So I did this thing of, I would leave a school, and then, of course, I built capacity in training on technology. And I'll reach back to my previous school to say, with a proposal, a well-designed proposal, I know you guys have started doing this. I have this capacity on Promethean boards and result management system. This is summer. I can come in to train your teachers. And of course, they like people who are right in the system, because it's different from when a consultant comes from outside to train you. And then they would engage me for that. I never charged cheap, because I believe that it was really good value. I did private lesson once, because that's just me as a person. It's great to do private lesson, but I said, nah, I'm not going to do that, because they're not going to be able to pay me what I should earn. So I did one over a holiday, and I made up my mind that I wouldn't do that. But of course, it's a great opportunity. There are even many ways to do that. You could do it online. You could build courses and upload and all of that. So you have the value. Communicate it. Put it out there. Sometimes even reach for what you think you are not able to. Ask for an opportunity to train school leaders, but you are not a school leader. But you could say you want to bring the voice from the classroom. Look for, there's ANCOPS, there's APEN, there's NAPS, cold emails, cold calls. I have this capacity. Can I come to your conference to speak? And from speaking for a souvenir, the next year, it becomes speaking for an honorarium. The following year, it then becomes speaking for an actual charge. Now, what was I doing with the extra income I got from all of this? I was investing it back in myself. I would pool all the resources and take bank loans. I took bank loans at 28% compound interest to do courses, because I knew that in 3 years,
right? Please make it louder, please. Paid for courses, not free.
Yeah. I knew that there's this gap that is going to happen in Nigeria. They won't be able to bring in people from Australia. They will pay us a fraction. They won't pay us what they paid those from the US. But a fraction of that at that point would make a difference. So I did these courses that, you save all the money you have for 3 months and invest in it. And on the day that it was going to pay off, all of those things added together was what situated in that opportunity. I know later I'll talk about the transition out of a school.
Okay. You want to talk about transition out of a school? I didn't get that.
Okay, yes. So all of this, I've spoken about movements within the school system.
Secondary school system.
Yes. But, I later moved from school to edtech.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
So I want to beg the audience for one thing, and they want to beg you in return. We tried it, but because we're very busy, please, should I organize another interview online with all this, with my people here, and then even Kemi, and then we put it on our YouTube, and then we make it free. You also watch it. If you agree, say, aye. If you disagree, say aye. The ayes have it then. Either agree or disagree. The aye have it. All right. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Kwiti, please. I know you are very busy. Sincerely, to get all these people, I don't think it's easy. Ask him now. I will send cold mail like this. Don't let him call it. My own text message to him will be like cold mail. I said, no, he has read it. He is coming. I was just praying. The only person that don't answer me is Mr. Akwiti. He will come. Today, he just showed up, and I'm glad. Please, sir, clap, 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 clap. The clap is committing him. Sir, can you give me an appointment? Either to come with my camera or send you a link. We'll interview you anytime, and then we'll make it available to teachers to just learn for free. Thank you, sir. The next time, he has told me now, you invite me this year, you give me souvenir. Okay, if I'm counting. You invite me next year, you give me honorarium. Okay, if I'm counting. And this year, probably you plan honorarium. Next year, you charge me. Maybe I will run. No, Akim said I should not run. That we are capable. All right, so I don't want to go back to everything you have said. I believe you've heard that. There is a question here for Grace Samoka. How can a teacher start earning without resigning and waiting for permission? Can you answer this in 1 minute? Because you have agreed I can interview you. She's very busy too. I'm exposing all of you.
So the things that I shared, you don't need to ask your school leader, oh, over the weekend I'm going to MC an event or run a private tutoring business or after school, many times we complain we don't have time. If you go to the settings of your phone, and the day I saw it was the day my life turned around. I saw the amount of time I spend on my device. It was almost unbelievable. If you have time to scroll through WhatsApp contact, you have spare 1 hour per day to make this kind of investment. So no, you don't have to leave the school environment. Currently, I do quite a number of interesting things. And like he said, sometimes just try. You don't know. So I sent out a proposal to a school to say, oh, I'm really great at graphics design and I want to train your students. So I go there once a week, 1 hour per week to teach their students graphics design. And what they pay me is not what they pay their teachers that come every single day in a month. So 1 hour here, another hour here, and then you still have your regular job. By the time you start adding so much value, there are teachers here that are not earning the same thing you're earning in the same school. By the time you start adding that kind of value, the school also knows that this is a different kind of person, and then they will create room to accommodate some of the things you do. The last school that I was teaching, we pushed my timetable such that I was teaching from Mondays to Wednesdays. So Mondays to Wednesdays, I'm in school. And then Thursdays, Fridays, I do the things. But you cannot just wake up. You've not added any value. You've not done anything significant. You now tell them, head of school, I want to see you. Let's adjust the timetable.
You better resign. Okay.
Yeah, so I mean.
All right. Yeah, thanks, Grace. The MC just warned me now that I didn't keep to my promise, and I'm seeing it. So, you promised that teachers will come for this conference because they will become millionaires. You said it. You watch. How many of you watched that video? Oh, yeah. I won't ask you any question. Oh, yeah, no. Share the money.
Yeah, your greatest chalkboard is your phone. I can't even exhaust what my phone has done to me. In fact, it changed my life from being a very poor teacher to, I can't even remember the last time I applied for work. Good enough, my former boss is here. I worked under him at Educating Education. And if I lie, he's here to tell you, my last salary at Educating Education is close to 900,000 naira every month. He's here. And I did not apply for that job. I worked there for like 2 years and 5 months before I switched back fully into teaching again. He's here, I'm not lying. I started with 700,000 as far back as 2021 when naira has a good value. 700,000 naira every month. And this was what my phone cost. And no matter how good you are as a teacher, no matter even if you are the best in the whole world and you don't come online, your value will be limited. So why am I saying this? Your phone is your greatest chalkboard, and there is no limit to what you can earn online. As a matter of fact, every 25th or 26th of every month, Facebook pays me at least 1.5 million naira. At least.
He's sharing the money already.
At least, because of the videos I post. Now, I have never advertised for online lesson for 1 day since I started teaching. When I was working at YouLesson, I limited the number of lessons I was doing, like maybe to 8 lessons. After work, sometimes I will stay there till 9 p.m. before going home. We close by 5, I will stay. YouLesson has a good environment. You even have free data, light, 24-hour supply. So after work, I can stay there and teach my students. Once it's 9 p.m., I will just go home. Sometimes if I have US students I teach, once I go home, I will sleep and rest. Around 1 a.m. in the morning, I will start teaching. But I taught more of US lessons when I was working at YouLesson so that I'll have time to come back, to come to work the next day. Because if you overwork yourself, you can't wake up early. But when I stopped working at YouLesson Education, I took a lot of lessons from US, Canada. And that was when I had time. I asked myself, which school will I help? Because even if you pay me 2 million naira, I cannot work in any school just for payment. I now looked for a school at Mararaba Crown Grade School. That was the school I worked for like 6 months. They are not paying me. I spend, sometimes if I drive with my car, I spend like 20,000 naira to drive there a day to teach for free without salary up till now. But I don't go there every day now because of my busy schedules. I go like 3 times for free. They are not paying me.
1 minute.
They are not paying me.
1 minute. Just round up in 1 minute.
Okay. So I now had time to choose a school that I know that really needs the help of a good teacher. because the school is a bit local, poor structure, students are struggling. And I told myself, let me look for a school to help. That was when I searched and saw that school. My mind told me, please go there. They interviewed me, I passed.
It's the interviewed him. Please, we need to move in here. All right, should I help you? Jump to Multina Teacher of the Year from there. Jump to Multina Teacher of the Year from there, please. We need to leave here now.
Okay, so again, these coming online also helped me because when you are online, you are working on yourself daily because you know that everything you put out there will be criticized by people. You don't just put out anything. So I read a lot, I research a lot. Even by 1 a.m. or 2 a.m., if you chat me, you will see me awake, I will respond to you. It made me to acquire more knowledge that helped me to win the Multina Teacher of the Year award. And that's a huge 10 million naira, and I know what it has also done to my life. And I applied in 2020. That time I was still at Anambra State before ULesson brought. It was ULesson, my boss here, that brought me to Abuja. I was at Anambra State, and I applied for Multina Teacher of the Year. I was among the top 10 in that 2020, but I was a very young teacher then. I was among the top 10, but I didn't make it to the number 1 or number 2 or number 3, but I continued. I didn't give up, and after 4 years, I was eligible to apply again. That was when I applied for 2024, and I was able to become the national champion. So why am I saying all these things? You can earn 100 million, 20 million, earn more than anybody when you come online. And the lesson, if I teach you, my 1 hour is at least $10 per hour. That's what I charge for my lesson. And I teach in a week, I can make up to, like, let's say, $400 to $500 every week because of people I teach online. And they're coming, and I've never for one day advertised for that.
Wow.
Some people have paid for lessons in September now because they want to be on the wait list.
Wow.
Not that I'm the best, but because I have projected myself online. So when you give value to yourself, value and good things will find you. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to help them to round off, okay? And what I'm going to do is that in 30 seconds, and that's not 30 seconds, in 10 seconds, can you tell us in one sentence what you feel like you should tell us? Just round up everything of your thoughts in 10 seconds. So I'll start from Dr. Charity. 10 seconds.
Okay,
I'm counting.
I will emphasize that we be professional in whatever you do. Be professional. Even if you want to sell beans like myself,
sell beans
sell it professionally.
What
I do in WhatsApp is different from what I do on LinkedIn. If you go to my LinkedIn page, LinkedIn will tell you that I'm a counselor, I'm a mentor.
Thank you.
But on WhatsApp, I'm a market woman. So
LinkedIn.
Please be professional. Thank you very much.
She has used 5 seconds or 10 seconds. So 5 seconds for you.
I encourage every teacher to come online because you can make 50 times of what you earn monthly online. Passion is sweet, but data is not free. Thank you.
That's deep, right? Okay. Grace.
I would just say give yourself a chance. I mean, bet on yourself is the least you can do. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Kwiti.
The education value chain in Nigeria is $11 billion a year. That's how much is circulating.
Wow.
There is a bit of it for you. Avoid 2 things. Avoid politics. Avoid grumbling. There's a lot to gain. Thank you.
Please, can you put hands together for this wonderful panelists? We need to take a picture quickly. Cameraman, please. We'll do this. There are a lot of things we are supposed to do, but we can't just go into it now. Okay, please, ushers, can you help us with the chair so that we focus on the pictures? Let's come close together. Yes. Ushers, please, can you assist, please? Mr. Akim, please. Let's take a picture, and then you are not coming down on the stage, Mr. Akim. Sorry.
1, 2. Okay. So right now we're going to go on to the unveiling of the book, and we have Mr. Akib Subai here with us. Yeah. So you will expect you to do the justice to it. So we.
Good afternoon, everybody. We've had some amazing speakers. I've been left speechless almost all day. It's just brilliant. And I have a few takeaways, oh my God, it's just a lot. But I would do something. My business here is to launch this book written by Olasunkomi. But before I do that, there's something that I'm currently focused on, and that is really looking at the future ahead in terms of our educational space. Some people are aware we are currently building a 312-acre facility dedicated to teachers, Blackbelt. And that initiative started a few years back. We want to be able to bring all of you at some time or the other to come to that space to focus on experiential learning. You can do all the learnings online, but we know the way we learn as human beings, that's the way we're wired. We're wired to be in communities. We're wired to be part of ecosystems. And it's something that we have been kind of brewing for a while. And that work is accelerating. And so every person who is a black belt, whether in Nigeria, we support about 100,000 educators globally across 20 countries right now. The majority are in Nigeria, obviously. I'm from Nigeria, so charity, they say, begins at home. So looking at the future, yes, we need this physical space to provide a space for our educators. Without sounding like a broken record, there's a whole lot of conversation that we've had today around technology. But one aspect of it that I would like to highlight is AI agents. Some of you are familiar with it already. My work is easy today. There was a time I was considering having like 3 personal assistants. I don't need any of those again. I have conversations with my team, and our work is scaling up rapidly, yet we need less people. You look at the whole technology landscape, Google, Facebook, Microsoft, they're all firing engineers, coders. Why? Because of artificial intelligence. And what's the implication for teachers? It's really, what I see is agent. An agent is like somebody you send on an errand to do things for you. Book appointments, send emails, all of that. We need to be adept at this. The one thing that will never change, though, is that no matter the technology, teachers would always be needed. The teachers that would not be relevant are the ones who don't embrace the use of technology in order to enhance their work. Some years back, you probably spent hours preparing lesson notes. Today, if you really know what you can do, you can spit that thing out within seconds. So please, let's learn to embrace technology. I'm not going to repeat most of the things that have been said, but some of the things that really spoke to me today is when Olasunkomi started his keynotes, which is the resilient riser. Please, every one of us, let's be that person. There's going to be a lot of challenge within your space, personal, family issues, and all of that. But what is going to separate you from the rest is the fact that you're resilient. Be like the rubber ball, that when adversity hits you, you bounce back. When they kick you, you bounce back. Whatever it is they do to you, whatever the environment does to you. Grace, you were talking about, we're all victims of this system, right? We are all. Everybody's affected. Even the people at the top. It's not easy. But you have a responsibility to say, you know what? In spite of and because of, I'm going to thrive anyways. Do you understand? Can you say that to yourself, please? And because of, I'm going to rise anyway. I'm the architect of my fate. Yes. Thank you. So I'm going to go into talking about Okwefa. I challenged him a few years back after he became a black belt, and I said, we need 2,000 of you. Today, through the phenomenal impact, he's achieved way more than that. We're talking 10,000 plus and beyond. And when you hear the name 1 million teachers, how do you even train 1 million teachers? There are not enough institutions currently, even in the future, in the near future, that will be able to train. But we can leverage technology to do a lot. So it's about having the audacity, even when you don't have all of the answer. And one of the things that I tell myself all the time, and I remember when Grace and a few of the other speakers were talking, and it kept ringing in my head, like, in spite of the fear, there's a saying that we use, we call it doing it afraid. Have you ever heard of that phrase before? I want to do something, but I'm scared to death, but I'm doing it either way. So I always do it afraid. So when we set on this audition, it seemed like, wow, a lot of times I'm like, I really don't know what I'm getting myself into. There are many times I've personally questioned myself, what did I get myself into? How did we get to this point where we say we're going to do this? But guess what? Every day we stay in that arena, the path gets clearer, it gets easier. I do way less work because of the phenomenal educators like Okwefa. I feel very privileged to be able to play a role in the midst of some of the most amazing human beings ever across so many countries. And I hope that may God use me as an instrument to be able to provide platforms, where teachers can thrive and then beyond. There was a comparison about China, South Korea, and all of that, and how they are paid. Really, that's the most noble profession. But there is something about the, which is today, if you ask me, if you give me a magic wand and you say, what is that one thing that you can change? I will change the remuneration of teachers. They will be the best paid people ever. You know why? Automatically, the best minds will go into the teaching profession. They won't be like somebody's going to study education at school that they didn't make the cutoff of 200. No. And I've seen it because I was from a different industry before I went into this educational space. What are we rewarding? Do you understand? And that's how we attract the right kind of people. So back to me. And but before I do that, Grace, you talked about ikigai, which is Stephen Covey calls it the voice, but the point is the same. The Japanese use ikigai. It's finding something within you, your voice, your ikigai, your talent. Is there a need for it in the world? Are there people, does your conscience push you enough to say, I see a problem, I can make a difference? Do you understand? So it is all of that interacting together that gives you your voice. And every one of us, God has created us to have that unique voice. No human being is the same. You understand? Sometimes you say, oh, I want to be like you when I grow up. That doesn't mean anything. It's that I want to be the best version of myself, but inspired by you to get to the top of whatever it is that I choose. So how do you find your voice? And I can't answer that question for you, nobody else. You have to look inwards. You have to look within yourself to find that. So one of these days, so for me, I can't remember. I think it was the last time I came to Nigeria, it was in May. And so I'm always inviting people to come see what we're doing at the village, and all of that, take them around. And I said, see, there's a project. We need to work on something. But over the weekend that he spent with me, we were involved in a game of Scrabble. And that game, that was just me. I play chess, I play Scrabble, I like board games, I do very well with them. But it was just an ordinary game. We're just, just having a conversation that gave birth to this book. And I was shocked because I didn't know he was paying attention to how we were interacting, and about a few days after he sends me a draft, I'm like, are you crazy? You understand? Like, he was mind-blowing. Now, we're talking about what? Phenomenon 3.0. We're talking about entrepreneurship. We're thinking above and beyond. Just an encounter that lasted less than 2 hours gave birth to a book. And I hope everybody gets a copy, by the way. I've bought $1 million worth so far. I intend to buy maybe, more, to give as many people as possible. We talk about letting our life shine. Some of you may have observed, I don't do public, I run. I run from light, I run from these kind of audiences. I don't celebrate birthdays, I enjoy my private company. Some people say they have to be out. Me, when I'm in my corner, at home, that's my best company. So when you drag me out like this, you put me in a very difficult spot. But something that has pushed me out in a way that I never imagined all over the world is 1 million teachers, because I found my voice with that organization. So I'm forced to take a role as the face of this organization, to be the chief salesman of this organization. And so when he did this, he knew my person. And he didn't initially tell me that he did this because that the fact that I might not like my name being there, I don't like it at all. I prefer other people take the spotlights, just do my work quietly. But then I'm reminded constantly about Marianne Williamson's quote, which you've all referenced, our deepest fear. It's so powerful. And I've challenged many educators when I have conversations with them. Why are you hiding? Do you understand? There must be something that you believe in. There must be something you care about. There must be something you are passionate about. Why don't you let that light? So this is me preaching to myself, reminding myself all these things that it's easy to motivate to, we talk about, some people even call them motivational speakers. They're all over the place. But really, preaching to yourself and really, really talking to yourself, looking into that mirror is very important. And I accepted that if it would mean that some other people are going to learn from this, then let me allow that light to shine. And that is our deepest fear, every one of us. So it is with great pleasure that I officially launched this book. I don't know what they do at official commissionings, honestly, aside from the fact that it's an amazing book, easy to read. You are on a plane, you are in the train, anywhere you can finish it and then keep it as a reference material that over and over. Oh, okay. See, I'm being taught some things. So they said to unveil it, not even launching. So how do you do that? I don't know. Exactly. This is not my thing. You understand? Like, the man just put me on the spot and said I should come to the stage and come on. So I'm buying a lot, like I said, and I'm buying a lot more. And I'm encouraging everybody here. Pick a copy, buy for friends, buy for colleagues. And yes, what else am I supposed to say after this? So it is with great pleasure. I don't know, is anybody coming on the stage to? I don't know. Yeah, so this is a new terrain for us. We don't launch books. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like I cringe. Personally, I cringe when I hear there's a book launch. People, I'm like, come on, if your book is good, why do you need, how they do, it's more like, so it's not my thing, I'm sorry, but I'm really, I really feel that this is of great value that I think everybody should have.
Okay. Sorry, I need to look for another mentor. Because he doesn't know how to launch book. I don't know how to launch book. I don't even know what we are doing. Anyway, let me quickly add to it. This is the book. And then you can buy it online for now on Seller. Amarachi now, market me now. The QR code is outside. You must have seen when you came in. But I think I expect it to be on the screen also. You have a Amarachi, please put the book there if you. But the hard copy, we have limited copies now. Akim has bought everything. Yeah, and then you had it now, but I will beg him to just release some few copies that you can pick outside later. A copy goes for 5,000 naira. Okay, let me enter the spirit of launching. But you are permitted to pay more than that. I think that's what they do in launching, right? So this is a copy. In case you want to launch, you just communicate with us, and then you can now pay as much as possible that you can pay. So thank you for patronizing us. We want to buy, we want to print more books. We want to print more of this and circulate around, or you can pick online too. There are 8 strategies here, and I'm going to be creating courses around these strategies. You need to know, it wasn't that motivational talk. Akim was playing and I was playing. I was leading in 2 rounds, and somehow, he started showing some skills. I felt, no, our leaders in Nigeria should actually have this, and I put them here in 8 strategies. I won't say more than that. So, it's 5,000 naira, but you can pay more than that. Before we move on, let me invite the MC to pick it up from here. Then Akim will still come back again. Just give us a few more minutes. We'll be rounding off. Everything that will make this place interesting is set. Thank you.
All right, let's put our hand together for Mr. Osukomi. Thank you so much. It's called Lead Like a Player, 5,000. And he said if you have more than that, you're also expected to just give it. That's a lovely one. It's good to write. Yeah, just like Mr. Sube said, he said something very vital here. He just told me that fine, you don't like being in the public. You don't like people getting to see you. I wonder how your social media platform looks like. But I also want to advise you, when you make money, you don't want people to see you, all right? You try to hide yourself. That's the position he has got into. But if you're a teacher trying to struggle, I think it's better you take up what Madam has said. Your social media should be branded. You should talk about yourself because you want to sell yourself and you want to make money just like Mr. Subai has and also overtake him. Okay? Thank you so much. So let's put our hands together once again for all teachers in the house. So once again, I want us to take up, do we have G-Mind rep here? Somebody from G-Mind? Okay, please, let's put our hand together for G-Mind. Please, kindly come over and just take a short goodwill message. Just 1 minute, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. Standing on the existing protocol, I want to appreciate the opportunity to be standing before us, right here before great minds, great teachers, great innovators. I want to say after this place, we're rising up to become a better version of ourselves. All right, so we've been telling our stories since the beginning of the event. I'll just say 1 or 2 things in 2 minutes, then I'll jump to the assignment here. My story started about a year ago. I decided that I was not going to be the regular kind of teacher, and then I took a step. And what was that step? I decided to make research and to find out how much was flowing through the educational sector. And just like one of our speakers said, about $11 billion flows in Nigeria alone every year. And I said I want part of that share. So what can I do? Thank God for the existence of artificial intelligence. I saw an opportunity there, and then I took an advantage. Started looking out for artificial intelligence tools. Tools that are related to education. Started learning them, educating people, making videos out of them, sending it to my different platforms. And then one day, I got myself here. Today, by the help of God, I am the head of training G-Mind AI in Nigeria. Yeah, G-Mind AI is a US-based company. It was designed by educators, the person of Dr. Success and her team. She's based in the US, an amazing woman. G-Mind AI is designed for educators, and it is designed with educators at its very core. All right, this is G-Mind AI platform. It's basically an AI tool for educators, unlike the other platforms, like ChatGPT, Gmind is built specifically for teachers, for educators in primary sectors, secondary sectors, and of course, in tertiary institutions. Do you know that with Gmind, you can write an article worth 5,000 words, all for free, with references, with videos, with different content that you want. Now, an amazing thing about Gmind is that instead of wasting your time prompting other AI platform, Gmind will
Hello.
All right. Now, I know a bit about prompting, and I understand that one of the examples I used to give is that many of us as teachers, if we want to, are we there, Mr. Kwepa? Okay. When we want to ask ChatGPT a question, say what is a verb? We just go right there and we type what is a verb, and then ChatGPT gives us what is a verb, and then we give it out to our pupils. What we don't understand is that definition of verb or that content that was generated is a global content. It's not streamlined to the what curriculum do we use in Nigeria? UBE. It's not streamlined. So what you are feeding them with is a general information. So as a teacher, what you're supposed to do is to tell whatever AI platform you are using to say, I want you to act as a professional in the UBE curriculum. You have streamlined your action, right? You can now tell it. Now, I want you to give me a lesson note for so topic for a child in year 5. Then it goes into all that we have in that curriculum, and then it gives you a note. All right? So, but then, Gmind saw all this stress, and then we decide to reduce that stress by giving you a platform that can help you with everything you need as a teacher. First, we have something called the format chart and the lazy chart. If you toggle on the format chart, if you ask Gmind any question, it's going to give you a formal answer, right? But if you go to the lazy chart, just click on that. If you go to the lazy chart, you find out that if you ask Gmind what is a verb, Gmind will give you a verb teaching even a year 1 pupil what it means, what a verb means, without making it complicated, right? That's what Gmind is built for. Then if you go to Writer Journey, please help me go to Writer Journey. I'll just tell you what is there. In a Writer Journey, we have teacher's note, we have lesson pilot, we have letter writer, and we have advanced article writer. This is the advanced article writer I'm telling you about, that it can generate content up to 5,000 words. For you. You can use it even for your thesis in the university. I'm telling you, you can try it out. All right. Then we have social media writer. The social media writer, we've been talking about social media. I want to post on LinkedIn. My breakthrough came on LinkedIn. So if you are not on LinkedIn, I don't know what you're doing. Right? I'm very sorry for that statement, but please get on social media. All right. So for the social media writer, you put in your topic, your tone, your hashtags, social media platform you want to post on, then the main message. Then you need a call to action. Gmind will do that for you. And then you generate your content. Just go straight up. Put it on LinkedIn or whatever platform. We have Facebook. Please help me go to social media platform. We have Facebook. Instagram, LinkedIn. So instead of you racking your mind on what to write, Gmind will help you generate a content if you have a team at heart. All right? So the next thing I want to talk about is student resource. Student resource. For our student resource, we have our Study Power Voice Tutor, but I want to talk about Note Summarizer. During exam time, what we do is that we give back all the notes we've taught our students or our learners. We give it back to them to go and read. Many times, they can't cover all we've taught them in just 1 week for the exam. So Gmind came up with a strategy to help children summarize everything you have taught them in a term as a bullet point, short paragraph, detailed summary, and a soundbite. So all what you've taught your learners in a term, you can summarize it, in one sheet without losing detailed content. And then we can help them pass better. Are we making them lazy? We're just making them smarter. right? Instead of reading notes from, you understand what I mean now? The pressure of covering many notes in 1 week. Exam time is usually 1 week or 2 weeks, right? But we can help them with this. All right, so can we go back, sir? I want to say something very, very important. Just go back. Please. I'll just round up in a moment. All right, so we have math solver, we have quiz me, we have assignment. You can solve any kind of math. And now we have, okay, thank you very much. We have assignment helper. If you go to assignment helper, Gmind can help you even with coding. You can solve coding assignments. You can build up, what's it called, Scratch. That application called Scratch. You can build it with Gmind, right? Now, I want to also go to educator resource. This is where many of us need to see. We have a lesson planner that can help you plan lesson notes. Plan your lesson in less than 1 minute. Instead of you prompting ChatGPT or other AI platform to, you can plan your lesson note in 1 minute. We have syllabus generator, we have learning activity generator, math solver. Please go down. I want us to see assessment generator. Please go down. Do you know that exam questions can be generated in less than 2 minutes? No matter how much exam question you want to generate, in less than 2 minutes. Please go down. Let's just take that as a practical. Please toggle on assessment generator. Just go to assessment generator. Just in less than 1 minute, I'll be done. It's down there. It's down there. Yes. Click on it. Thank you very much. Now, curriculum has been infused into it. Any kind of curriculum, sir. So instead of you prompting ChatGPT to get a curriculum, we already put it there. Put in your your subjects. Please, can you just put science there? Let's just walk around that. Science. Please go to next. Grade. We have 1 to grade 6. Thank you very much. Next. Now, quiz topic. Can you give me a topic or two? Living things. All right. Put living things there, comma, put skeleton there. Living things, comma. Okay, just go. Get started. Oh. Or the skeletal system, anyone. All right. Then get started. How many? Let's just do 10 questions. 10. Next. Now, what type of questions do you want? Please click on, do you want multiple choice? Do you want true or false, fill in the blank, or short answers? Isn't this amazing? Now, how many multiple choice do you want? Put 5 there. Okay, just put 10. Because we chose only multiple choice. Please put 10. If you chose multiple choice, you chose 8, it will just tell you. Then go to next. And there you have it. In 1 minute. Exam questions streamlined with the UBE curriculum in less than 1 minute. Do you see this? Isn't this amazing? Go down, explanation of every answers is even there. Isn't this amazing? Thank you very much. All right, let's touch one more tool. Toolkit. I'm very sorry for taking your time, please. I flew all the way from Lagos for this, so... All right, so we have data insight tools, we have transcriber. With our transcriber, if you don't want to keep typing, you want to just talk and let the AI write for you, it's right here. Product description generator, the businesswoman, hello, your product, we have a tool here that can help you describe whatever you're selling. Just upload a picture of your product. Don't worry, just go back. They can try that later. I want us to touch one more tool. We have test translator. We have about 11 languages on Gmind. Okay. Oh, is it 11? 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, 11. Yes. Any language you want to generate. 11 of them. All right, so please go back. And the last thing, so head of schools will be like, if you use AI to write your lesson notes, I'm going to know. Right? They will know, right? So generate it, upload it on AI Humanizer, and see if they will know. Everything generated by AI will be worked upon to sound more like a human. Yes, so they won't even know. Right? And finally, the class orb. Now, with all due respect to school owners, this is not in a bid for us to hijack your teachers from your classroom, but this is more like creating your own online school. So you as a teacher, you can personally create a school online and teach children. So we have our online school. So please choose a teacher, submit. Now you're registered as a teacher. Now go back to the class orb again. Thank you very much. Now start up creation. The hub is like a class. So you can start up your own class. So name your hub. You want to name it Ezomnofu, math class. Name it. Describe what the class will be. Just give it a name. Okay, Phenom. Just describe anything. And then go to continue. Is it public or just continue like that? Yes, create orb. All right, so this is your orb. Now, from here, you can begin to create your own classroom. From create classroom, you can create a classroom that can accommodate as many number of students you want to interface with. You can even invite a teacher, right, to come and work alongside with you. So right in your house, you can create a school where you are teaching children from all over the world. Currently, I'm also doing what you're doing, teach children in UK, in Canada, and all of that. And you can do all of this. The last thing I want us to do before we leave, please go back home. Just go back. Yes. Thank you. Now, type anything. Type what is a verb, then toggle on that smart search. What is a verb? This is the last thing I'm doing, and I'll leave you. Then smart search, then search. Gmind, unlike other AI tool, isn't just going to give you definitions. It's going to give you relevant images. It will give you sources. It will give you videos. Right? Now, go back. We have relevant images. In one search, we have content. Please go down. We have references. And we have, please play one of those videos. It's real. Just click on it. So you can be in your classroom, you can be teaching this. Anything you need. All right, so we saw the need of teachers in Africa, and what Gmind came to do is to respond to that need. And we're on a mission to reach out to as many teachers that we can reach out to. How do I sign up? www.gmind.ai. www.gmind.ai. And if Mr. Okwefa permits, if you want to be a part of our platform where we train teachers every week on the use of artificial intelligence in the classroom, and of course, how to use our tool, it would get the message across to you. Thank you very much.
Isn't that impressive? Thank you, Gmind. Let's put a hand once again to Gmind. Thank you. Well, it's so obvious. Life is becoming so easy, and also the life of a teacher. I'm sure some of us here probably want to take the job of a teacher. Okay, so right now, we're going to take one or two questions, before we go ahead. So, now, let's see how bright you are in terms of our currency, Naira. You know, Naira is a very, very wonderful currency. How many of us agree with me? How many of us would rather accept Naira instead of dollar? Anybody? So we all prefer the dollar. Okay, you. Good, fine. Yeah, you're being patriotic. No, I didn't say you should come out. Sit down. So the question is this. Whose face do we have on the 20 Naira note? All right, the lady there. Yeah, I saw you first. Your hand. Yes, please. Momitala Mohammed. Please, let's put our hands together. Come over, please. You have a gift for you. There's a gift for you here, please. General. I don't understand. What do you mean by general? Oh, sorry. He didn't put title. But he got it. She got it, actually. Okay, general. Where is that? So, please, yeah, just come over so that you take your gift. All right. Okay, please. Okay, thank you for that, please. So, before we go on, I want to also invite again the convener to come over. Mr. Befa, come over. Before we talk, we're going to look at a graduation.
All right, we want to leave here in the next 10 minutes, and I want to see the miracle we can perform. And one of the products of you being an entrepreneurial thinking teacher is that your students are not just leaving your classroom to just become regular students, but they are either creating or solving or adapting. I have a student of ours here. I don't want to say my student. Maybe I never even taught her. But she finished from our school, and out of the little we taught her, she just wants to take about 3 minutes to maybe inspire us or give us back what we gave to her. So join me as I welcome our beloved student, Owolawashe. I've forgotten her other name anyway, but she will come here and tell us her name. Marvelous Owolawashe, yes. Okay, she's there for spoken words. Let me just expose that. Thank you. 3 minutes.
Good afternoon, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to thank the convener, my teacher, Mr. Opeifa, for this privilege to stand before this audience, to our guest speakers and our guests here present, and my teachers walking in here. I met my maths teacher, my Yoruba teacher. I met so many people that taught me when I was in secondary school, and I felt, so happy. To our teachers that have, gone over and beyond to contribute to our journey significantly, we say thank you. My name is Marvelous Owolawashe. I'm a spoken word artist, a public speaker, and a corporate event host. Before the first textbook was printed, man was already learning. He learned how to read the sky by watching how the sun moved and the clouds gathered, predicting seasons and weathers even almost as accurate as the present-day meteorologist. He didn't sit in the four walls of the classroom to learn mathematics, but he learned the measurement to build his huts, how to take stock of his flocks, and with the abacus, he counted numbers. He passed down wisdom through proverbs, storytelling, moonlight tales, from the tale of the tortoise in the Yoruba land to the Hausa riddles, the Fulani songs across all tribes, all literature without the whiteboard. Before there was a language for it, man was already inventing, building, and creating tools to fit his times and method to match his moment. What we now call entrepreneurship is simply man refusing to sit still in his changing world, raising thought-provoking questions and preferring solutions to them. In our time, few have dared to think outside the box, raising solutions that have transcended across boundaries. And one of the few in the educational sector is a man named Louis Von Ahn. Born and raised in a small Mexican city called Guatemala, he noticed the inequality that was worsened by education, how the rich could afford the education and get smarter than richer, but the poor stayed trapped in the box watching education pass by like a train that they could not afford to board. That is wrong. Education, a privilege reserved for the privileged. But Louis, he was one of the privileged. He didn't just watch the train pass by. He had a seat on the train. He rode it. He studied in the halls of knowledge, graduated, and became a tutor in college, not by chance, but by opportunity and access. He could have chosen to remain there, but he said no. He could have chosen to remain there, continue tutoring, taking classes, signing the checks, and smile politely at the inequality that could no longer reach out to him. But he decided to prefer a solution that would not ask who you are or what you earned, but are you ready to learn? So he gathered a team of people who did not just see the world as it is, but how it could be. And they asked the first question, what would we teach? Well, the numbers responded. Statistics shows that over 2 billion people across the world population are trying to learn a foreign language, not just for fun, but to access opportunities located across the continent. So he and his team decided that they were going to teach a foreign language. Now, building schools, that is expensive and unrealistic, if I must say. So they decided to use the tool in the hands of almost everyone, the mobile phone. And then Duolingo was born, a language learning platform that is accessible everywhere, free and simple to use. In fact, I myself am an avid user of Duolingo. Presently, we have over 2 million people who daily log into Duolingo with a streak of over 365 days. J'ai commencé parler le français peu à peu grâce à Duolingo. That is to say, I began to speak French little by little thanks to Duolingo. Screen time became quality time. Now that is an entrepreneurial mind. Permit me to come into this room and recognize our convener, Mr. Opeifa Olasukomi, who did not just wait for change, but made change, created opportunity for change to happen. Equipping, tutoring, mentoring, and inspiring teachers and students with global and national and local awards to show for it. Even our guest speakers that have spoken today, all making efforts to redefine learning. And to my amazing teachers, we see you, we celebrate you. Now imagine if all of us here walk out with this fire. If all of us here walk out with this fire, asking ourselves, what do we contribute to learning? The classroom needs more than knowledge delivery, but how creativity and innovative ways knowledge can be assimilated. I'm talking of a teacher that walks into the classroom and sees a student dozing off and asks, how can I rebuild my lesson to make it acceptable? How can I compete with TikTok to catch the attention span of my student? Maybe, just maybe, we're not asking teachers to become somebody new, but to harness the innate potential of an entrepreneurial mind that is in every man. The classroom needs one. Will you rise? Thank you very much.
We are proud teachers now, right? I think when she was our student, Malam Sulaiman was our principal, my vice principal, and the principal, and now I think an assessor, evaluator. That's your student, sir. Yeah. Oh, quickly now, let me invite my boss back to the stage, Akim Subaya. We want to present, recognize from schools. There are school leaders here, I believe most of them are on this seat, that really inspire their teachers, encourage them to take this 1 million teachers program. I mean, we have those who have even taken it with their teachers. And today we want to recognize them as our anchor school. I mean, you have a lot to enjoy being our anchor school. We are thinking of a program in August. I don't want to say so much about that, but we are going to release it, okay, very soon. So, Mr. Akim, please permit me. Please, let's clap for him. He's shy. That's why he heard me, but he's better to sit down. Maybe I will forget. Please don't play any music that is copyright. To YouTube will ban everything we've done here, Ejo. 2 years we've lost all the things we've done. So, okay, let me have them here so that I'll call the school heads or representative, okay, and then to be presented to them. We want this to be hung or nailed to your school, okay? I mean, you can imagine a parent walking to your school and say your school is recognized as 1 million teacher anchor school because your teacher has gone through over 40 modules developed alongside Queen's University in Canada. And the parent wants to bring a child to your school. You see the marketing, right? Entrepreneurial thinking. All right, the first school here, I mean, the principal, very wonderful. He started the course and all the teachers followed him. Okay. Yeah, I think it's better here, truly. All the teachers followed him, and that is, I'll mention the name of the school, and the principal will come and pick it, and the teachers can stand up and clap if they are in the hall. That is Junior Secondary School, Karu, Abuja. Please, teachers, okay, you want to come to the stage? Why, please, don't climb up, just stay here. Principal, please come, only you, because of time. The teachers, you can clap, you can come, you can celebrate, you can run around, but only let my principal be the only one here. So I'm going to do this. I'll step out of the camera so that it can be presented by Akim Subaya alone. So the next school we are recognizing, please, she came earlier, she has left, she has been our mother and our friend in the house. That is Banking School, Apo Abuja. She has been recognized before, but we are giving them what they can use. In Banking School, if you are here, please come over. And so, Ais Al Noor Academy, if you are here also, please come closer. Ais Al Noor Academy. You will come and pronounce it when you come here. Okay. IC. Okay. Banking school. What is banking school? So I'm calling Ice Scholar also. Ice Scholar should come. Do you remember this woman on the stage? From medicine to teaching. She said I should shut up. Inspire Academy.
Yeah, I just wanted to pronounce the name of the school again. It's ICICE, International Center for Islamic Culture and Education, Al-Nur Academy. We say thank you.
We've seen you. All right, Ice Scholar is in the house? Okay, Ice Scholar. Okay, which? Inspire, right? Okay. And why is this one the last one? Okay, no problem. I will receive it. Okay. Inspire Academy. Yeah. Inspire Academy. And the last but not the least. Okay. Oh. They are saying with a standing ovation, if your leg can still stand anyway. All right, let's welcome my own school, Government Day Secondary School, Karu. Sorry, I had to make it loud. Who is representing us? Aya Charity. Or who is coming? All right. So, I would like all our speakers to be on the stage to help me present this. Please, all our speakers, please, with due honor. We did what we call Phenomenon Edupreneur. We asked teachers to, please, don't go, please, sir, so that we can do it together. We asked teachers to talk about businesses they can do that will not clash with, something you taught us today, and then they pitched. I must say that we're not really, when we started the interview, we're not really inspired like that. So teachers, you need to do a lot, and we need to organize more of this so that you can know how to pitch your business, how to talk about yourself very well. And then you use AI ethically. Many of them use AI to write stuff, and then they couldn't defend it, and that was what we saw. However, we're able to get two fantastic winners. If they are not here, we'll take the money away from them. Okay, so we stand in the middle very well. And I think I'm not going to do suspense today, don't worry. Because last year, they almost beat me because I was using suspense. Don't look. All right, I'm going to call the first runner up, and the person is Agada Paul. Agada Paul is a STEM teacher, and he presented on STEM. Wherever you are, please run, jump, wherever. If you're on the gallery, please use the staircase. And then if you are not on the gallery, you can run wherever you are. Agada Paul. Okay. You remember this guy on our waiting room? That one that will tell Nyanya people to trek to AYA so that they can lap each other. See, is the one. Collect the change from him. All right, so he will be in the middle. Then I will also join him. Hold your. Okay, he was taking handshake before money. Wait, are you ready to take this award, or we should go run away with it? All right, so take. Let me join. Can you imagine? Please, I must show in this picture. Last year, they cut me off. Cameraman, please go to this side. You know, I always say the truth. Upper year, it was the podium that covered me. This last year, they cut me off. This year, I'm there. I will not pay you. All right. Thank you very much. Congratulations. And the first, this lady inspired me. She's an English language teacher. I think she knows herself, she's in the house. But she's into fish farming. And we now asked her, how does that relate to English language? You said, don't do teach register. There are registered terms in fishery that I can teach in English language. Is that not inspiring? Please celebrate with me. Sarah Yusuf, if you're in the house, I will go with this money. Sarah Yusuf. Oh, don't jump, just use the staircase. We'll wait. Thank you for coming. We'll wait. Sorry, she's coming. All right. Please clap for her, but don't play music. You can be playing music with your words, mouth anyway. You can say, stand up for the sound. But don't play it on the... All right. So she's going home with 500,000 naira. And the 500,000 naira will actually help her to do more of the business. She's doing it in our school, oh. Not that she's doing it outside and using to teach the students within the school. An English language teacher. I like young teachers. Me, I will remain young like this. I'm 26 years old, no matter what you say. Please clap for her now. Don't worry, your time will come. Clap for her. Please keep celebrating. Wow. I like women winning. It's enough for both of us have been winning. So. Thank you very much. Congratulations. So the final thing we want to thank you so much, judges. Speakers. So what I want to do here, you sit down. I also come and join you on the stage too. We want to take pictures with the black belt quickly. Okay, all the black belts, I believe you have your certificate with you. If we ask you to come to this stage with tear, we don't want to risk it. No, we can't do outside. Don't worry, we are talking from experience. If these people should go outside, there is no space there. The population we have. So you bring out your certificate if we have it with you now. You know how we do it, right? You've been there before. So you bring it out. Photographer, you can climb the stage here. If you're on the stage, okay, show us, but we want to concentrate on this center. Cameraman, please, that's why we spill to this side. Okay, you are permitted to come and cover these empty seats. If you are there, there are empty seats here now. You are permitted to move. Please, if you are at the back, you can cover the aisles. Okay, leaders. Okay, please, raise it up. Don't be tired. Yeah, these 2 rows, we love that. Please. Wait, I need to be...
All right, we'll run down. Okay, raise it up. All right, media, let's do 1, 2, go. Good. All right, thank you very much. Thank you for that. So I think we have people on this side. Oh, this side.
Okay, you can take your personal pictures as we continue. So among this, as you see all these teachers like this, I onboarded them, but I didn't follow them up. We created a form of network after I did it alone. We created a form of network where teachers started raising others. So I pulled out. Last year you saw so many leaders, raising. And then they also went ahead again to raise. So it's becoming like Tianchi Network, GNLD, like that. All of us are spreading. And by now, I can't even count. We have over 100 leaders raising their own community of practice. And then each one has nothing less than 100 that have tasted 1 million and doing other things. And I want to recognize one person specially. Please, just permit me to do that. We normally target 50, in our Phenomenon group. We recognize other anchor schools that are doing massively well. But within our Phenomenon group, we also want them to do 50. And this lady, within the holiday, this April holiday, was able to rise so much to almost 40. Then, currently now, she has 49. Her name is Mayowa Faith. I believe that's her complete name. We are not giving... Okay. So the magic she did, she's going to teach us. And we hope she will not just stop there. We just want to recognize her, just like, what do you call it now? Honorable mention, to recognize her. Okay, I'll take a picture with her now. Let's stay with this belt here. Okay. So the magic you do, you are going to tell us. Okay, Charity has a special gift for her. Courtesy Charity because she works with Nigerian Breweries and BIC together. So we are using this opportunity to call on all other black belts. By August, we are going to be having our leadership seminar. I wanted to cancel it, but seeing this crowd, I said, no, we will still move on. I mean, it's not easy. I'm telling you. Akim is spending money. I'm spending money. And most of the time, not most of the time, this is personal money directly from our pocket. We know what we have spent in this, but we will not give up. God will keep on strengthening us, And thank God for all the support we are receiving from you. You are encouraging us. Bosses in Karu, how to go twice. We are still owing. We will pay. Don't worry. In Lugbe, the same thing. In Cuba, the same thing. In Cuba people, wonderful people. Thank you. About 3 or 4 buses. We only paid for one. The rest of them came from different people we don't even know. So we can't see this and then we say we want to give up. Don't worry. I'll pay school fees by a second. Don't worry. So in August, I want to do. Please, thank you very much. Please let's put hands together for her. Okay, so in August, I want to do leadership seminar. We're going to be looking at how teachers can build community of practice. I mean, the real system behind it and how to do it. I consult for organization on that one, and I think I should be able to do that properly here. So we're going to be having a seminar only for leaders. If you want to raise other people, let's see how you can do it on your Telegram, on your WhatsApp, on your Facebook, and the system behind it. And then you are now going to raise leaders that will do 1 million teachers black belt program. And then you as leaders, we are also going to now, we are not stopping at 1 million teacher with you anymore. We also want to expose you to a whole lot of other things. My friend just talked about G-Mind now. There are a lot of things AI is doing, a lot of things we can expose you to, of course, and that. So we are going to create another group for you where you are going to be. The waiting room that we are, how many of you are there? After this program, should we close it? The meeting has finished today now. Okay, that's to see what we can do with the waiting room. We have over 1,000 teachers there. And then over 1,600 people who registered for it. We thought that they were just around. We didn't know that they were in FCT here. So that said, please, we'll announce the date for the leadership seminar, and then we'll invite you. We're only going to take 50 leaders. You will apply. And we'll only pick 50 leaders that will do it. I think 50 is fine. And if each 50 can raise 50, that's how many? 2,500 black belts. I think that is, it's okay to an extent. And then we'll not use this place. We may need to use national, is there national theater here? Which one is the biggest hall in Abuja? We may need to use IC. Okay, yeah, International Conference Center. God will provide. You will contribute that time. Anyway, finally on announcement, before I invite Charity to take a vote of thanks. Okay, right, yeah. If anything I'm forgetting, let's know. All right, let me say this. If we just want to apologize, okay? We actually planned for 500 people, and we are giving meal tickets to the 500, and we've exhausted it. So we'll be able to provide lunch to the 500, okay? And we may not be able to provide for everybody, in case you don't have the meal ticket. But I believe you have eaten something very deep today. And sincerely, I'm sorry, but I can't tear myself into pieces more. Please forgive us. We are going to, we never expected it, that's... So please, thank you. I'm so sorry. Okay, you are clapping for me or you want to beat me. At this point, I won't come down from this place. I will remain on this since all of you go away. All right, please forgive me. But we promise you that from next year, we are going to plan properly for this. So, we plan properly actually for this, okay? So that is one. We are going to be sending your certificate to you. And the certificate of attending the phenomenon is endorsed by TRCN. We are going to send a summary of what we learned here. And your certificate is likely to have some points that will help you to renew your license. Okay? So, please be prepared. You are going to see it before the end of this week. This is a new week, right? No, before the end of next week, you are going to have it. So, join me as I welcome a very big mama in the house, Charity Okwoli, as she presents. She's not presenting. She gives us a vote of thanks.
Mr. Kwefa is very tired and it's understandable. You people should wait. Let me say thank you before you leave now. How can you be living like that? Good afternoon, everybody. It's so wonderful that we said good morning here, and we are saying good afternoon. Thank God we are not going to say good evening here. But I want to appreciate every teacher who is seated here. We want to appreciate our ogas that left their busy schedules to come here. I won't mention one after the other. But we appreciate you. We recognize you. We thank you. I want to also appreciate these teachers, especially that went out of their way to carry 1 million teachers to other teachers, no matter how small. Some of you raised 5, 10, 15. We appreciate you even if you are not called here. And we hope that you are going to do more. Phenomenon 4.0, they say it's here already. And we hope to see you all here by next year. Same time, not same venue, because we are using the stadium next year. Thank you very much for coming, and God bless you all as you go.
Thank you so much for that. Thank you for the closing remark. So it's a wrap. Thank you so much. For those